survived the fight, and then the ship blow up, right?
What did you do, Deckard? Fight? I mean.
Do we have everybody today? That looks like a lot of people.
Seven, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7,
6.
yeah.
Yep, everyone.
Awesome. We can't lose.
Oh.
But we can run away.
No, even with the best laid plans, you can still lose. I had a TPK on my Wednesday game last week. They went in.
The GM?
Yeah, they went in. They were supposed to be doing kind of a stealth thing, sneak in and sneak out, and they went in expecting a fight, and so they didn't stay as quiet as they should or could have, and so they brought the whole fortress down on them, and yeah, it was not pretty.
Oh, we've never, right, guys?
Yeah, no, we've never done that.
No, we didn't have like them coming at us from 8 different directions because of the sheer volume of noise. They knew we were there.
Were you in the zombie game? Where we were fighting Nazis in that bunker?
Yeah, the let's be quiet and sneak through. No, let's go gun blazing. I remember that.
Yeah.
No, I think I missed that one. This one was Rippers Resurrected. They were doing the raid on Castle Dracula.
Yes, because that's exactly somewhere where you want to go in guns blazing.
Are we getting new cards,
or
do we already have the cards that we're getting?
You're mid-fight, aren't you?
I like my cards.
Depends if you played them or not already.
I can't remember.
There'll be a counter. There'll be a counter. Well, there we go.
I think I did play my cards at the end, but I assume these are the ones from before then. I don't remember exactly.
They're the same cards as last session. He hasn't refreshed and changed them yet.
Okay. And if I played them, why are they still in my hand then?
I have a funny feeling that you played them right at the end, and I decided I'd forget about it, so I gave them back. You can tell me how many cards you can play because it will show you up in the top left how many cards you can play this session with the little card icons.
I can play 2 cards.
That means you've still got 2 cards to play, right? Now I seem to recall that last time it was all getting rather interesting, and I think we were theatre of minding the fight, weren't we? Because I couldn't find a decent bar. Oh, and that was it. Someone played the reinforcements, didn't they? Which basically means it's really kicking. I might add, it's really kicking off, and I really should have found that space bar. Let's see if I can find one very quick. Because I've just remembered how many NPCs have just been added to the combat track.
We've overstressed enough that the DM that we have to get a map.
It wasn't Deckard this time that broke the encounter.
I'm not entirely sure who broke the account. That's not. I'm looking for images. Sci-fi. Right. Portraits, images, data. There we go. Sci-fi. Should be sci-fi, I think. Well, it might be under meanders actually, which is annoying because I've lost. I can't find all my downloads of those. Spaceport, I do believe.
I do like him and his comment about maybe you overslept when it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon out there.
I know. Who else is on West Coast time? Somebody else is on West Coast time. U.S.
Deckard's on West Coast time.
I am.
Okay, so we're the 2 that are. It's early in the morning, I think.
Yeah, for me it's mid-morning. I'm about halfway through my morning coffee.
Are you on the East Coast?
Already. Yeah, Eastern.
Yeah.
I'm on the western edge of the Eastern time zone. Seriously.
You're in Texas, right? Or Michigan? Why do I keep putting you in Texas?
Michigan, or Texas is Central Time.
And that's a weird place
because
to be.
I lived in Texas races for 13 years, and every once in a while I can just run off that twang because, well, it was self-defense when I lived down there. Because Yankees were not.
That's a
You
weird
needed
place to
a
be too, because Indianapolis is on that East Coast time too, and they really shouldn't be.
Well,
So-
and a couple of the states are split. The line runs down.
Where are you?
Or
I'm in Michigan.
link to a map anyway.
Oh, you're in Michigan. Okay.
But Indianapolis is sometimes on East Coast time and sometimes on Central.
Oh, I know I couldn't move.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Oh, is that right? I was there in summertime,
Indiana,
and it was on East Coast
Indiana
time, and it was weird.
Kentucky's right below them, and Tennessee, I think, are all split. They
Yeah.
got the time zone line runs right through them. Because otherwise, you're jogging it around till it's freaking meaningless. But up here where I am, I live almost on the shore, not quite to the shore of Lake Michigan on the west side, and I think the timeline runs down through Lake Michigan itself.
Tennessee is split too, I believe.
Yep, and Kentucky.
Yep.
And Arizona won't switch back and forth. They stay on Mountain Standard all year round.
Yeah, Indianapolis is the same way. I don't think all of Illinois is that way.
Indianapolis is in Indiana.
That's what I meant. I don't think all of Indiana is that way.
Just call it that freaking Hoosiers. It's easier to say than Indiana or Indianapolis.
Oh, shit. You know when you accidentally go and make the map, the wallpaper? How do you undo it?
I'll say yes, but I don't really know.
It's one of the arrows. It's like a downward arrow on the corner of it.
Right.
Yeah, the part about Indiana is
those arrows on the top right. Like if you keep going one way or the other, it puts it from the background to the foreground.
Yeah, in Indiana, there's certain counties. They decided county by county.
It's Fantasy Grounds a little buggy in that area. You have to give each player 3 bennies, and then sometimes that'll fix it. And if it doesn't, you just do it again. Eventually,
yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I like that. Right, so yeah, I've somehow completely bugged it. I've somehow made the map the wallpaper. There it is. I see it was hidden underneath the combat tracker. Yes. So the arrows are still there, but the arrows are just in a different place. That's what threw me, and I couldn't see them because they were under the combat tracker. Right. Anyway, we now have a map. because it's all kicked off.
Good Lord.
I'm not on that map.
Quite a colorful map. Oh my God.
I'm not on that map. I'm back on the ship making myself some herbal tea because this engine issue is particularly difficult.
Yep, I didn't know I didn't know where you. I didn't know you were on the. I know you were on the map, but I couldn't see where you were to get rid of you off the map.
Where's
right?
That's not where we were sitting either. So yeah.
Pardon?
I wasn't sitting down. I walked up to whoever it was I hit. So yeah.
Okay, I'll say you walked over to here and hit a pirate then, okay? How's that
I hit
sound?
a whole tomb. I was stood next to the main woman pirate boss, whatever her name is.
Oh, she's over here.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was stood next to her, killed her 2 mates, and then and she did.
You can tell it's a space bar because the tables are hexagonal.
Yes, I found that. I found I had one today, but yeah. So there's our space bar. I'll have.
It's a war gamer bar.
Yeah, or champions. all the hero games uses hexes.
Okay, well, I think everyone just got a Benny thanks to an NPC, didn't they? Yep. Oh no, it's the bad guys got the Benny. Huzzah! Okay. Well, I can't remember what the card that was played last time, but it was obvious. I think it was more people enter the fray. They could be friendly or foe depending on the GM's whim. So basically, you kick off a full bar fight. So half the bar are now basically hostile towards you. The other half of the bar. I know I put them as neutral, but I mean green, but they technically are neutral. They may well still throw punches at you, but they're more inclined to throw punches at other people with them. and they don't have unarmed combat, so it's obviously this fight's obviously gone very nasty, very fast, because they've obviously started drawing knives on each other. Because this is back before. Oh dear, I think that's the first murder. Yeah, that's the first murder.
Uh-oh. Well, good. Now I can use my shotgun.
Basically, in the bar right next to you, as I do believe some interesting psychological effects were kicked off last week. Basically, after a guy accidentally spills his pint in his friend's face, his friend just calmly turns around and stabs him. This colonist over here swings and misses. This colonist over here is going to head this way. He doesn't like the look of Jinx. He swings his knife at Jinx and hits.
Oof.
Doing nothing really. Just Jinx is protected by his body armor, and Jinx is up.
Okay.
Now, how badly what's happening with the pirates? How badly do we want to knock them off, or is this just some spurious fight?
You were just quietly having a drink in this bar when the marshal walked in and tried to arrest someone, and then it kicked off. And then something happened.
The well-known pirates walked in, and that was
and where's the marshal?
She's at the door.
She's by the door, yeah.
Okay.
She set off the droid alarm.
So what I do need to do is I do just need to check the chat log, because I seem to recall.
Is the stage clear for performances?
Absolutely. Now we have a stage. You might as well use it. I'm just trying to see what happened. Yes, that was it. Yes, basically what happened was the end of last. Yes, I forgot. The last thing that happened last week was basically the marshal suddenly cried out in pain and basically got knocked backwards into the doorway, as it were. And she basically, it looked like something was constricting her. At about the same time, basically everybody in the bar suddenly went very strangely active in a violent way. You're not entirely sure why, but Jinx is up.
Yep. I will start swearing at them in very foul language. And then I will do my blast power, paying for, let's see, 4 points. 4, 6 points. Yeah, 6 points.
Okie dokie. But don't you see, you're just sort of encompassing anyone, be they friend or foe. It's a bar fight, it's understandable.
So
Oh, he's straight up using blast on him too. I thought he was going to put him to sleep or something.
No, I think he's out. I think he's killing people.
no, I'm doing this as non-lethal.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
I'm doing this as non-lethal, but I did power it up and make it a large burst template, so it's going to be 4d6.
Okie dokie. That's successful, isn't it? So that's targeting that one and 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 that one, that one and that one. Unfortunately, of course, hit with raise. Oh, this might take a while. Hit with raise. 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 I say can't take a while because obviously the target I was looking for something up and I didn't notice the targeting had needed doing. There we go. I think that's all of them targeted and you've hit them all with raises. So you should now be able to do your 3d6 blast and you'll get the extra d6 on top of that. Okay. Okay. So colonist number 12 takes 2 wounds.
This
and
is all
knocked out.
This is psychic, so no visual effects.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
fine.
very proficient in swearing.
Keep going. That's one. You gotta. I miss the old days where all extras were targeted with the same dice. It's good and bad in that way, I suppose, because nowadays at least it means one bad dice doesn't mean everyone's unaffected. Okay, a second colonist collapses to the floor, unconscious, and again. Lethal, apply. Another colonist collapses unconscious. I do wish you could have different code for different defeated markers if they're knocked out rather than, you know what I mean? See, I wouldn't have blood splats. I'd have something like little Zs for people being unconscious. But anyway.
What's a Z?
Yeah,
snoring.
Yeah, Z, snoring.
I mean Z. They're Americans. They don't speak English.
Yes, of course.
You're supposed to say Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Zed's bed, baby. Yeah, of course. Point.
No, so that means Zed's a blood spatting, doesn't it?
Bruce Willis rides off on this
chopper.
Indeed.
Go to the
Whose
chopper.
Chopper's this chopper's Zed's, baby. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Oh, thank you for telling me. There we go. I think there's 2 more to go. My word.
Now, is it obvious what's happening to the rest of us?
Basically, Jinx starts shouting and swearing, and
hello.
Quite a lot of people just collapse to the ground, stop moving.
Okay.
And then playing that.
Play to improve this. Okay. Who are you playing that on?
I am sending that to you now.
Oh, secret squirrel stuff. It's always interesting. I suspect that he single-handedly disrupted the adventure. Righty. Oh, okay. Because someone did attack everyone last week. I seem to recall someone did some stuff. Oh, entangles were thrown about, weren't they?
Someone was doing magic, yes, and that's what caused Lilith to stand up.
Indeed, she stood up. Yes.
She's blaming it on the cop, isn't she?
Well, probably.
She looking at me or is she looking at the cop?
Who?
Lilith.
Lilith? Oh, she's looking at the cop at the moment. She might turn around and look at you, I think she just took out 2 of her guys. In the meantime.
Yeah, she's looking at the cop. She just shot the cop.
Oh. And did the cop say, I put up a fight? She did, didn't she? Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. The cop said she wanted, she was hoping. Okay, here we go. So it goes hostile.
You've got Snap to Grid on, haven't you?
Oh, by the way, did we get rid of the annoying little guy who decided he was part of our crew?
He's somewhere around, but he's not here, I think. Or no, that's
John Smith, I saw him. He's down.
He's over by the cop.
Sorry, I forgot. I didn't put him in the booth with you lot.
Someone just moved him. I saw him. There he is. That's not fair. What kind of retconning's going on here?
That's me putting him in the booth where he obviously was all along.
Tokens are unlocked. Free movement for everybody. No, kidding. That's cool. So he's the D.
Yes, John Smith.
Yeah, but we're not going to say what the D stands for because it is being broadcast.
Now, have I got the drop on her because I'm behind her and she's looking the other way?
You most certainly do not have the drop on her.
Good, I'm going to whack her on the head very hard.
Okay, well, if you want to get the drop on her, attempt it. Yeah, but you just dropped 2 of her guys, but if you really want to...
Yeah, well, I dropped the 2 guys, she sat down, ignored them, and then something happened and she then turned around and started shooting at Marshall Katie Winslow, so...
Okay, so make a stealth roll.
Okay, this is where
you really trying to get the drop. There, but anyway.
Yes, somebody did go after the marshal.
Did I get the drop?
Well, you got a 3, so I don't even need to.
I got an 8.
No. Stealthily.
She got a 3, yeah.
Oh, no, because agility is not used against the drop. A stealth, is it? It's notice.
All right.
So, yeah, you got the drop then.
Excellent. Are you going to apply it or shall I do it?
I'll let you do it. I assume you're going... Well, I know it's going to be lethal, but are you going lethal or non-lethal?
Well, I think I'm going to I'm going to knock her out is my plan. I'm going to try and I'm going to hit her as hard as I can and knock her out. I've already killed 2 people, so my bloodlust is sated.
Lilith appears to be distracted by something for a momentary second, which enables you to react before she realizes you are there. As she turns to look at everyone, you miss.
Wow.
He's the only one with no.
Well, I didn't get the +4 there. It didn't do anything to my... I didn't get a +4. That should have been a +4, shouldn't it?
Oh, the drop. You know how the drop does it. I should have put it on... I always forget. The drop is on the target. So
I put it on the wrong person. Right, okay.
Yeah, just to prove it, roll a dice again, just to test it. The fighting, that is. I just want to make sure that is, because I always get it the wrong way. See, yeah, you have to get the drop, but that's okay. I've increased it from a 5 to a 9, so you do hit, but you just didn't get the raise. But you do have the drop damage. Roll the damage. I mean, she is entangled, hindered, and everything else. That's non-lethal damage, isn't it?
It is. I'm just trying to knock her out.
Okay. She takes... You basically come up behind her and smack her with the flat of your tennis axe. Her chin goes flying, and she probably would have been knocked to the floor, except for the fact that she's entangled in place by nanites.
Okay. And then I will pass me go.
Okay. She's no longer unfriendly. She's gone back to hostile because someone attacked her. Doc. Well, or rather, she's moved higher up to hostile, I should say.
All right, I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to point my shotgun at pirate number 7 and say, "You best quit right now." And I'm doing let's see, doing a test.
Sounds like it sounds like. Are you trying to be intimidating or?
No, that's not what I'm good at. So I'm going to taunt him. I'm going to say, "Things ain't going your way, boy. You're about to feel the back end of this shotgun if you don't put your weapons down."
Hang on, I've just noticed something. Let me try pirate number. You don't want to do that on pirate number 7.
Oh, why not?
He's on the floor unconscious.
Oh, okay. Pirate number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been going really poorly for him.
Okay. So make that
Is he targeted? Yep, he is.
He is. Yep. Okie dokie. Do you? Okay, he is. Well, he's already suffering confusion, but you shake him with indecision, so I might as well tag him as. He's already got confusion on him, so he's already distracted and vulnerable. But you also make him shaken as he's struck with indecision on what he should do.
Okay.
I shall let you end your turn because I always get in trouble when I do it. Colonist number 8 is basically turns around and sees half the people in the place have gone down. He's not very happy, and he decides it's time to give the the unconscious pirate on the ground a good kicking, or knifing in this case.
That's mean. Having a guy on the floor. He's unconscious.
He is what. He is what. Well, there is. Yeah. Don't forget there was. I do believe there's a bounty on them all, wasn't there? There he goes. Bang. Roger Holmes.
Blink, blink.
Well, Mr. Smith has decided he wants to block me in over here.
Oh no, Mr. Smith is standing up on the seat, looking around excitedly, waving his gun. So you can definitely get past him.
Okay, looks like I will have to run to get there.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my Volt Knife on Lilith.
Okie dokie. Lilith is targeted. Volt away. Afraid she's obviously very good, even though being trapped in one place, and very punch drunk at blocking stuff.
Yeah, I miss.
Somebody at the dentist office?
I'm going to have this colonist come up to here and just have a go at this pirate. And hit. Doing nothing. Deckard.
All right. Well, Deckard's going to.
Why did the colonists hit when they rolled a 3 and the parry was a 5?
Because the guy was confused from your confusion.
Oh.
And is going to just bolt this guy here.
Okie dokie.
Let me see one.
Sorry, I didn't catch that last bit. Oh, he's going for a cone.
I just said, let me check one thing, and this guy is in range.
Well, we can get both of them if you want to cone it.
Yep. So enhanced damage for 4.
His
is not going to stand.
It's a hit. Roll for damage. That's a wound on the first one. And a wound on the second one. They're dropping like flies. Okay, now what should you get up to?
He'll go back here and finish his drink.
Okay. Lilith is no longer shaken. What does that do? Oh, right. I see. I'll just try and pick up a window and accidentally drag the entire map halfway across the screen there. Oh, yeah. +2, a cost of additional 2 modifiers. Okay. 1, 2, 5 power points. Let's do it. Tag won't affect it because that's not a physical action, but that's still F3, which is not enough. Let's try one more time.
Dude, don't follow through.
That certainly does it. Lilith just doesn't seem to do anything. She just seems to be standing there.
Do we replenish power points, or do we stay where we are?
You stay where you are at the moment. Well, you get 5 power points back an hour.
Or you can spend a penny.
Or you can spend a penny, of course. Okay. Lilith just stands there with her eyes shut and staring, and suddenly a couple of the colonists that seem to be quite content to stay out of the fight suddenly stand up and come charging towards the party. A very glazed look on their eyes, as if they're not entirely sure what they're doing. Linda, you're up.
Hey, there's a puppet show going on.
Well, Linda's gonna take charge of the situation. She's gonna run over here, and then run over here, and she's gonna punch Colonna 6 as hard as she can with non-lethal damage.
In that case, you are going to need to. You are going to need to do something to increase your pace, because you've got a pace of 4 at the moment, and actually no, you'll need to just roll as 5 on your run die to get there.
Oh. 4. Can I cut the corner and make it? There we go.
Yeah, only problem is it's 6. You get to there. If that's for crying out loud, just let me click the tick. You get to there, I'm afraid. Which is, look at that. Oh.
Get to there.
Oh.
Whoops.
Can I with a complete
Can I run to Can I run to there instead? Just straight onto the table?
Onto the table. Go on then. Yep.
And then give a nice punch from there.
Kick him.
I shall allow it.
A kick. Non-lethal kick. Boom. Oh, look at that.
You got a 2.
I got a 2? I thought I got a 7. Okay, well, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're not very good at fighting. You're a bit tired and you're over encumbered at the moment, so you literally run up and sort of go.
I'm not even nauseous. I'm in peak form right now. It's not like we're in 0 gravity. I don't understand what's happening.
You're not sure something happened, and you suddenly felt fatigued. Something happened at the end of last week. You were feeling great, and then something the same thing that something happened that you don't know what it is, and it just basically fatigued you. You're not entirely sure why.
Is that when I ran into a field, or is that?
No, it just affected quite a few people in the bar.
Okay.
Right. So John Smith stands up and goes, "Oi, psycho bitch!" and fires. And the bullet smacks into between the shoulder blades of Lilith. It seems to be some sort of resistance. All it seems to do is wind her Obviously, she's got some form of body armor on. Marshall, Katie is got to take lingering damage at the end of this turn. In the meantime, she is going to basically stride forwards purposefully, where she got knocked back from, and actually, where was she? She was there, wasn't she? Can she get to? She won't manage to make it to Lilith. She will therefore stun this colonist and miss. Pirate number 2 remains shaken. He's still struck with indecision from the taunt. He just doesn't know what to do.
What about
he does
her
look a bit
damage?
confused. Oh, thank you.
Quickly go in his channel and say the bennies must flow.
Okay, like that is it. I'm gonna have to spend a Benny on that one. She collapsed. She goes down on one knee as the after effects of the lingering damage hits her, and she's in a bad way. Morgana, you're up. Morgana Jinx, I mean, sorry.
I'm on the ship.
You are indeed.
I'm busy making my herbal tea. This problem is a bit of a conundrum.
Indeed. Okie dokie, Jinx, you're up.
Yep. I am going to duck for cover. Getting behind cover and out of line of sight. Have a panic attack. I'll Benny that. Oh, I should have them targeted, I suppose.
Me more. Me.
Did we draw new cards? I guess we did.
Yes.
I got the same card twice in a row.
That's freaky, isn't it?
Well, it would have been reshuffled, right? Because someone pulled a Joker card.
There was a Joker last round, so the deck would have been reshuffled at the end of the round, but it's still freaky that you end up with the
yeah,
same
and
card.
Jinx had a king. No, Jinx had an ace last time, and he had the ace of diamonds.
No, this is non-lethal. Again, this is non-lethal.
Last round did start with a Joker, though, so that is really freaky. Definitely a new round. Some combatants on hold. It looks like... Oh, maybe no one did.
Someone hacked my Twitch account, so if you get any messages in your chat, it's not me.
When that happens with the cards, if we spent cards from the previous cards and we get new cards, would we get to be able to spend cards again, or we already had spent our cards?
Well, I don't know why it didn't actually deal with the cards, because I went down the list and it should have dealt cards. But I'm looking back up, it doesn't show the card. It said some combatants are on hold. Doesn't actually show that the cards were dealt. Although I'm sure the combat tracking numbers moved on.
I have the same card too, by the way.
If it did deal new cards, though, would we be able to play them, or if we had already spent cards, we would not?
You could spend bennies to get new cards if you want to spend bennies to get new cards.
It did not deal new cards. It says some combat are on hold, resolving.
Yeah,
continue.
I know. I have no idea what happened there. Oh well, you can by all means spend bennies to change your cards if you want to.
Maybe get Morgana off hold and see if that might be bugging it out, mightn't it?
Might be. We'll have to look.
Bug report for a kill.
which I've never seen it happen before. So, okay, so colonist number 8 clutches his forehead and collapses on the floor, panicking immensely, gibbering like a jellyfish.
Can I ask you a question? If we did get dealt new cards, would we then be able to play our normal complement of cards, or would we then be able to play our normal?
Oh, sorry, you're talking different cards to new. You're talking adventure cards to action cards here, aren't you? That's the difference.
Oh, I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, so fixated on the adventure cards. Okay.
It's okay. No, I haven't dealt you adventure cards. No, you got.
Okay. Because I've been holding on to them, waiting to see.
You will get. Basically, our new rule is if we end a session mid-fight, then until the fight ends, it's still technically the end of the last session. If that makes sense, this just makes things a lot.
So I should use them for this fight, is what you're saying?
Basically, yes. You're going to get new ones later. Definitely not Jimmy. Okay, not Jimmy Monka says the bennies must flow. Definitely not Jimmy Monka say the bennies must flow. That doesn't work, mate.
My account got hacked. Definitely my Twitch account has been hacked. Someone is pretending to be me.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't
it?
Then
they need to. Then they're listening. They need to go get their proper identity and try that again.
Yeah, get off my account and go and go and. Yeah. They can do the bennies must flow properly.
It's funny that is your Twitch account got hacked. I'm sure if we actually went onto if I actually went onto your stream right now, I'd see you sitting there.
No, you wouldn't see me there at all. You'd see some kind of a lobster. It's definitely not me.
Gonna have to go there and look now, aren't you? You got a lobster mask.
We're gonna have to change his nickname in the chat to definitely not Jimmy.
Indeed.
Him or not.
Yes, he's managed to put a video on just in time to imply it looks like him. Just when I've got to. Do you know what? For that, I've got to give you. I've got to give bennies for that. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Creature.
The fact he actually went to all the trouble of changing what his face looked like on Twitch just because he knew I was going to go and look on Twitch to see him playing on my game. That's bloody awesome. I love it. Right. Okay.
Wouldn't be necessary if the GM weren't so stingy with bennies. It's a Benny economy, you know.
I'm stingy with bennies. 57168. I'm not stingy.
Benny stingy.
You're just not using them.
I haven't been mine because I've been over there in the fusion thingy.
Oh boy.
Does she take that wound then?
Lilith. Oh, does Lilith take that wound? Sorry, I didn't notice.
Lilith, I didn't attack Lilith. That's Simony. Marshall.
Oh, the Marshal. Yes. I need to try and soak that wound, don't I? Here we go. The Marshal's very tough. Very, very tough. Okay. Okay. Himini. Sorry, I got distracted. Himini. Okay. Was that lethal or non-lethal, Mr. Himini, sir?
It's non-lethal still. I'm just knocking around. Yeah.
You are indeed. Lilith is knocked out.
Excellent. Liv is knocked out. And then I'll kneel on her and fire ends up.
So I'm just... Okay. I
gotta say, if Vimini's kneeling on her neck.
I'm not going to do... No, I'm not kneeling on her neck.
We've had too many problems with that sort of thing, haven't we? Yes, indeed. Doc, you're up.
Right. Well, I'll move to there, and I will taunt him a second time. Lilith is down.
Yep.
The marshal's right behind you. Just drop your guns and put your hands up.
Oh, that was a hamster. Another spell.
We're not fatigued anymore? Oh, I guess we're not. Okay.
Somehow we found the stones to resist.
I did.
He parried your taunt. I block your taunt, knock it out of my way.
He should have to taunt him a third time. Okay, he's most certainly done. I think there's only one colonist left. The pirate basically drops his scattergun and puts his hands up. Well, when the dog finishes his turn, it will be Roger's turn. It's a funny thing. I can see you sitting on your Twitch account now, so you obviously got your account.
No,
back,
that's an old video. Someone must have hacked into it. And,
that looks exactly like our map. Roger, you're up. He's changed it back again.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Change what back? I'm not on my account. I've got no. There's nothing on my.
Don't worry, I won't look again. You won't have to worry anymore.
Doesn't matter. I got the bennies. That's all that matters. I was very low on bennies. Only had 0.
Well, you are about to get a refresh. As soon as the fight
I wanted to make sure I knocked her out quick. Yeah, but I didn't. Now I've saved it. Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm going to quickly grab a drink.
Okie dokie. Roger is using.
Well, Roger had a whole stack of them, so.
Indeed. That's a hit on pirate number. You're knocking out the pirate that's just surrendered.
Oh, did he surrender? I thought he didn't surrender.
He dropped it. Well, it's probably simultaneous. At the same point you drop the gun, you come in and smack him one. That's fine. I don't mind. I can live with that.
Okay, but I did hit him, so he has to make a vigor check to avoid getting stunned.
So yeah, just as he drops his gun, you come up and zzz him, and that's that. Oh dear. There we go. Down he goes.
Should have surrendered the first time he told you to.
Indeed. And when Mr. Holmes ends his turn, it is Deckard's go. Actually, Lilith's unconscious, so yeah. There is one person left raging in the bar. Everyone else seems to be unconscious.
And the Rager is colonist 6, right?
Indeed.
Linda has it under control.
Indeed. Okay, that's a hit with Bolt. Oh, Lord, pardon me.
That's different.
Okay. I've been laughing so much I've got the... Okay. Congratulations. Everything seems to calm down. So at this point, we should do that. And we should do that. Don't that explains how you have his... Okay. Let's get rid of the pirate. So, what does happen? I've forgotten what happens after that fight. Modules. Oh no, I mean Widowmaker, aren't we? So, now we could.
Was that too easy?
Not at all.
Would everybody like another card to play this session, since we're at the beginning of a session? Sure.
I just lose everybody.
Okie dokie. I see. Ironically, it's rather interesting.
Think of it this way: we all get to play with another card.
What'd you do to us, Linda?
You can look at the chat. I played a card.
Okay, everyone has an additional adventure card.
And we can play 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can play as many as you've got little icons in that top left corner, and if you hover over it, it will show how many adventure cards you can play. So in Jinx's case, you can play 2. In Deckard's case, you can play 2. Yeah, you can play 2 adventure cards.
Now I got another card, but it didn't give me another card to play. I should be able to play 3.
Ooh, I like this one. All characters cease fighting and listen to me speak for at least 30 seconds.
I got 3 for the first time ever. I've got 3 that I'd like to play all of them, and I can only play 1. It sucks.
Oh my god!
Oh, I can play 2.
I'm getting all these Evo cards.
Now the first card in there, the one does well. Can I play that with another player character as the target instead of myself?
It does say a non-player. No, it's you play it on. It says non-player character, and it affects your hero.
Oh well, then I'm not ever going to play that.
Oh.
I just want to know who you were going to play that on.
What?
I'd love to know who you were going to play it on. Okay, so
Right.
the Marshal thanks you for your assistance. And says and explains everything. Goes, her name's Lilith. She's a psyker. In case that wasn't obvious, X4 has been trying to get their hands on her bald head for years. She and some of her partners went rogue during the Battle of Castle Rock. They were the Killer Angels. Now they're called the Fallen Angels. They've killed dozens of their fellow soldiers, including some very good friends of mine. X4 has a sizable bounty on Lilith for desertion, treason, numerous counts of murder and piracy, and more lesser charges than I have the breath or patience to recite. I'm forbidden as Marshal to collect the bounties, so I guess they'd be up for grabs. Anyone who was there when she's turned over, an X4 patrol ship is due in a few days. I plan to turn Lilith over to him for a transport to Goliath's Belt and trial. The problem is a bounty this big is going to draw all its share of flies. My deputies cut bait when they learned she and her murderers are on the outpost, so I'm short-handed. I'm not authorised to deputise you myself, but I can accept the assistance of concerned citizens in the pursuit of my duties. And if your folks were to pitch in and help and keep her under lock and key for a few days, that bounty will be yours for the taking.
Well, that sounds good. We have to keep her prisoner, or we just have to hang around.
We have to lock her up, Yuri. We've got to lock her up in our ship.
Basically, you've got to do. No. You've just got. She'll be locked up in the jail. She's just asking help for concerned citizens to ensure that she's handed over the expeditionary force.
Oh, to keep the peace and to protect the jail.
And yeah, basically ensure she's handed over, and therefore no one else comes along and takes her for themselves.
Got it.
If anyone's interested, the bounty is 50,000 credits for Lilith alive, and 5,000 for each of her crew.
50,000
alive. If she's alive, they want her alive. But it's 5k. A crew of 5k, dead or alive.
Well, there's a bunch of change on the floor that we need to get. But yeah, sure, we'll help. Not only does it pay nice, it's the right thing to do.
And how much is it for Lilith dead? Just want to get all the information.
It's 5K for dead. It's 50K for alive.
Oh, she just becomes a crew member if she's dead?
Pretty much, yeah.
You have all these interesting cards. Not necessarily good cards. Kind of like the last
I'll
card
turn
I
and look
played.
at Lilith and say, "Good thing you're worth 90% or 1,000% more alive than dead."
Indeed, I've lost the map. There's the map. Let's put the map back. So Marshal's office is number 8. So basically, you have to take her out of you in the busted thruster saloon. So you're in number 6. And you're headed.
So this is an escort mission.
And bust.
Yes, effectively.
Kevin, I may have been wrong about the card play because I already played one card. So I probably should only have 2 cards to play. Sorry about that. Thanks for fixing it. Sorry for the retcon.
Reset card counter.
I don't really know.
6 to 8 without any major issues.
I can't spell friends today, Morgana. Okay, let's put everyone back on the map just for whether you want. As I say, I know you're way too big for the scale, but it's more about if you want, for showing where the vicinity of where you're thinking of heading. John Smith signs up immediately. Okay. Okay. Right, here we go. I'll just move in my pages about.
I don't suppose John Smith's going to fall in the hole, is he?
Just thinking about throwing him in the hole.
Okay, this gets really interesting.
I thought we were going to have another bar fight.
Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to. People are whispering at me left, right, and centre. So bear with me a few seconds. For a few seconds.
I'm going to need to start whispering.
Okay.
I'm not a pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt.
Pedo!
What?
Okay.
Pedo!
I'm not a pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt.
How do you whisper? You have to pick somebody to whisper to?
/whisper and then their name. It's easiest if you type in the first couple of letters and then hit tab.
Or you can right click on their portrait up the top of the screen and use the little whisper
fixed,
icon. Yes, which we got fixed by nagging Aki.
She'll give you a penny for getting it fixed, because I never need to do it that way, but you do. So there you are. I'll give you a penny for fixing something you use and I don't.
Thanks. Have allies been fixed yet?
I don't know.
How do you whisper to the GM?
Dice Tower.
Or space GM.
Okay.
There you go, Jinx. There's answer to yours.
Not the question I was going to ask, but
well, that's all you. That's all you get, as it were. That's before you even get anything. It's you know what I mean. It's not present in there. Yes, I did give him a D for that. Yes, very much so. That one. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
What's up? Sorry.
I was just thinking, before we reset the bennies, could I use them to recharge my powers?
You good at them.
I should have lost bennies.
Which is why, if you saw everyone else was going quite rapidly on the whole Benny spending just at the end there, where they knew what was coming. Okay, Winslow, the marshal, and moves Lilith down to, with your assistance, down to her office. I'll just move you in the vicinity. Obviously, after that, you don't have to necessarily sit around there. It's up to you what you want to do after that. Into one of the three offices, 3 detention cells. One of the others holds a bookish middle-aged man who looks not only out of place in the holding cell, but on Widowmaker in general. The third cell is empty. The cells, well, actually, the third cell puts that pirate that surrendered. The cells have plexiglass walls and doors rather than bars. The doors are locked with an electronic biometric keypad. Electronic biometric pad keyed to Winslow's handprint. The officer gives her prisoner a thorough pat-down search, removing her palm quarter comlinks and goggles. And at this point, you all notice her mutate. Lilith's eyes don't appear to be normal, and the Winslow looks startled and then says, "Blackline freaks." Can I have common knowledge rolls, please?
Can I make that a healing roll, since it's obviously about a drug?
Certainly.
I'll tell you whether it's about a drug or not.
Linda's obviously doing really well. So, Blackline is a ghost rock powder dissolved in water or a saline solution and then injected into the user's veins. A Blackline hit usually gives the user a massive surge of adrenaline, deadens pain receptors, and often induces hallucinations or other psychotic breaks. This is obviously the doc's role rather than anyone else's. In rare cases, users have even been known to manifest psionic abilities. Frequent Blackline users are recognizable by the dark discoloration of their veins caused by the ghost rock accumulating along the walls of their circulatory system. It's also hideously addictive, and with a single use is sometimes enough to cause a powerful psychological and physiological dependence upon the drug. However, what you see when looking at Lilith is not what you would normally associate with manifestations of blackline abuse. Whatever that is with her eyes, you guys don't necessarily think it's anything to do with taking blackline drugs.
Linda rolled kind of high. What does she figure
out? Pretty much that. The fact that whatever is going on with Lilith's eyes, that regardless of what the marshal thinks, that certainly isn't, in your opinion, anything to do with
it's something else.
Indeed. Well, actually, you did roll rather well there, didn't you? And you are an archaeologist. Right, lots of typing today.
So it's like when the Victorians would snort mummies. Thought that it gave them
Exactly, yeah.
How quickly do we? What was the PowerPoints per hour thing?
5.
That happened?
You get 5 an hour.
How many hours has it been?
None. I'll let you know, don't worry.
Yeah. Thank you.
I got something that'll give everybody more PowerPoints.
Well, until we're in a fight, I'm not desperate. So.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So there we go. Okay.
So I'm going to mention that the Linda's going to mention that she recalls reading something. She doesn't remember exactly where, but about the cultures in the sector. Oh.
No, it's a special subsect of Inuk.
Oh, I thought it was a rude term, like.
Okay, I'm going to need a vigor check from Jinx.
Uh-oh. Woohoo!
Are you happy with a 10?
Oh,
That
Jinx.
doesn't sound good.
I think so.
Okie dokie. You're sure you're happy with a 10?
Be happy.
I know my paranoia. I don't have paranoia.
Oh, you know, talking which, actually, very quick side. You know, I ran a Savage Worlds Paranoia one shot a while back, or you may or may not if you played on it.
I remember. It was fun.
There's a absolutely fine. There's nothing to worry about, Jinx. You don't need to worry about your eyes looking strange in the mirror, and you really don't have to worry about the Craglan at all. I really wouldn't worry about it. Nothing to worry about. You're perfectly fine.
It sounds like space paranoia.
My
The computer's your friend. Nothing to worry about.
Jinx, did you get an MTD?
No. What about my idea of what I was asking you about?
Well, basically, you got the good roll, so that's fine. You got a 10. Are you happy with your 10?
Yes.
Okay, so you withstand the psionic attack that hits you as soon as you try and do what you try to do. That's what your vigor roll was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid whatever's in there doesn't let you in.
But it's not her. It's not human?
She doesn't let you in.
Oh.
Whether it's her or not, you don't know, because you don't get in to find out.
Does that count as an attack?
No. I'm not treating it as an attack. It's very much a case of I'm treating that as like psychic combat. You tried to get in there, and basically there was an attempt to sort of take control you, and likewise you tried to get in and do what you did, and there was a resistance. So basically, what I'm trying to say is you basically repel each other with no apparent ill effects to either of you. I wouldn't worry whatsoever.
There was an attack, though, right?
It not so much an attack as some suggestion that maybe you really don't want to be in there.
Just remember the card I had, and it's like, ooh, that would be. I'd use that card on that attack if I could. But if it was an attack, never mind then. Okay.
No, I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying. No. However, the effect is instantly Lilith wakes up. And she looks up from her as she looks up from the iron bunk and just smile as you're all standing there wondering what to do. And Jinx is sort of standing there looking with his eyes slightly shut, and just looks at you and goes, if you're smart, you'll cut and run like the marshal's deputies did. There's going to be plenty of folks looking for that bounty money, and most of them wouldn't think twice about offing an X4 lackey and her monkeys.
Yep.
Even if that doesn't worry you, know that my ship will be coming to spring me long before any patrol makes it to Widowmaker. And they're not the nice Sunday go-to-meeting types I brought with me. And then there's me. There's a few things in the dark worse than me, children, and I have a very long memory. I won't offer you a reward for letting me go, but if you scamper off to the deepest, darkest hole you can find right now, we might not come to look for you when we're done peeling off the skin off the walking dead woman wearing the Marshal's star over there. Winslow merely swings her boots up onto the desk and gives her best dead-eyed stare to the last remark. She almost looks tough enough to stare down the strange-looking pirate. Then Lilith grins, revealing overlong canines, fangs almost, and she clacks her teeth to emphasize the point. Oh, she's behind the that's your attack comedy. She's sitting there quite calmly. She's just talking. She's not doing any more than that.
So her name's Lilith, and she has extended canines, sharpened to points.
That's apparently what's the case here. Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Does that mean
he's
she's
going to open his eyes and go, "I could have killed you in the bar, but I didn't."
You could have tried.
No, it was not a try. Lethal. So I wouldn't kill you. Okay. Bashed you on the head twice and he was out. Next time I use the sharp end.
Listen to the dark. They're coming. They're coming.
Linda's going to start listening really hard.
Come out to play.
That's what Lilith looks like in case you'd forgotten.
Lovely.
Looks like the Grand Inquisitor.
Pissed. Really, really pissed.
Dix is really, really upset by the sound of things. Obviously, right now she doesn't have the goggles and the pistol in her hand, but that's what she looked like, obviously, before she went in the jail cell.
So, him and he's gonna contact Morgana back on the ship and tell her to make sure she keeps an eye out for any incoming vessels and lets us know on the radio.
Indeed, but in the meantime, of course, someone played a card, so we need to deal with that, don't we?
Played a card?
No comment. I don't know what Linda was thinking. She was thinking we were going to have a second bar fight, but she was wrong.
Who's got arcane powers?
So basically, obviously, what Winslow's, what you're going to do. So at this point, Winslow's, be right back. So, obviously, assuming you still want to, obviously, they still want to if you still want to try and collect the bounty on Lilith, and you don't want to back out as she suggests, it's probably a good thing that
phone.
It's probably a good thing that. Sorry, I was reading the text there in the background and it distracted me. You probably want to start thinking about working out watch rotors. Obviously, the marshal's going to spend the time in the jail cell. It looks like she could sleep at the desk with her feet up. But it's up to you how you want to sort of guard the area and what you want to do in your downtime, as it were. So I think you should discuss a plan about how you're going to guard Lilith, or if you're going to bob out. It's up to you, which you want to do, of course.
Oh no, she needs to pay for her crimes. So even if everybody else runs off, Roger's going to stay.
Which means unless anyone else can fly.
Say thanks very much.
John Smith looks at you and goes, and I will stay by your side. Pilots and co-pilot together. Reckless crew. Woo!
So Lilith, I know you don't owe us any favors, but this fellow's name is John Smith, and he is the most deadliest member of our crew.
John Smith sort of that looks. Smith's sort of mouth sort of opens in a bit of shock, and then he looks. he looks at Emif putting on this really terrible attempt at false bravado. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Anyway, 1 hour passes while you're dicking around, obviously.
Oh, good. I'll take what I can get. Linda will take what she can get.
I'll be right back, guys.
I'm going to play scout and do networking and keep an eye out for other people that will go after Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
Linda's gonna keep watch on the jail or for the group for the first 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep an eye on her so she can see me, but I'll be out nearby by the jail, but out of sight.
Well, Himini told Morgana to keep an eye on the sensors for any incoming, threats. So she's working away in the engine room. That suits her just fine.
I hope they. Okay.
Roger's going to go down to the busted thruster and pick up some grub. Basically, he's going to find like bar food or something that will stay without too much difficulty. Gather that up and head back up to the jail from there.
Okie doke.
Linda's going to actually check outside and do a walking scan of the area while she's on watch duty.
Sounds very sensible and very good. Marvelous stuff.
Okay.
I am just going to.
And whenever she comes inside, she looks she reports back to John Smith on status, making sure that he looks very important.
You're a bunch of evil sods, aren't you?
Hey, we're not going to kill him, but if somebody else does, that's what happens,
Yeah, guess that's what he gets for being so boastful.
If you're a member of the crew, you got to take the same risk as the crew.
Speaking of which, what watch is he taking?
He basically proclaims he will not leave the marshal's side. In which case, she implies, yes, you bloody will. Obviously, he's obviously trying to imply that that the marshal does. Now, hang on, I saw something clever the other day. If I do that, oh wow. Oh, now that's useful. I didn't know that worked. Whoops.
That doesn't sound good. Sorcerer's Apprentice happening behind the curtain.
Oh, wait, maybe it doesn't.
No, I didn't know you could do that. So basically what happened is, I don't know if they've tweaked it so it works better, because there was a trick, wasn't there, where if you had a wall and you basically realised you needed a door on it, you had to there was a trick where you could do a line across it or something, and it would.
Yeah, but now that's got the snipper there that takes care of it when you.
Yeah, you literally just draw a door over a wall, and the door replaces the wall. It's really cool.
But you got to have the It's the scissors icon. You got to click. You have to have that, and what it is it's like anything that's inside what you create gets dumped.
Yeah,
gets cut. Yeah, it's sweet.
Except it didn't work this time, but I can for some reason. But that's fine.
You broke it.
I broke it already.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to say,
Give me notice rolls.
I couldn't remember Morgana's character's name for a second there. Morgana.
Because you're used to calling me Joseph.
Indeed. You basically you're obviously still back in the ship on the docking bay, and there's basically an access request comes through.
Access request.
Yep, someone's trying to basically, enter the docking bay you're in.
This docking bay's occupied.
And again, you get another. There's no response. You just get another access request. Someone is trying to basically. Someone definitely seems to want to come into the same docking bay your ship's on. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them to identify themselves.
There is no response.
Then I'm gonna alert Himini that somebody's trying to come into the docking bay and won't identify themselves. One of them come and take, and I'm gonna check the sensors for the perimeters.
How long will it take me to get back there?
We'll do that in a sec. So basically, as you're looking out at the docking bay, you're in docking bay 06. There's basically there appears to be there's one of the Widowmaker ground crew sitting at an information terminal in the docking bay area, and you can see he's obviously talking to this guy who you're not sure, but you can't help think you've seen that person before. There seems to be some sort of argument going on, and the guy keeps pointing at the doors to the docking bay, and the guy keeps obviously trying to explain it, at which point the guy's head literally bursts, and you see the guy slowly lowering the pistol back down, and he seems to nod, and what you see is a group of individuals basically advancing towards the docking bay door with cutting tools.
I alert Himini to what I just saw, and I make a run for the engine room so I can put up all our protections, whatever, to prevent them from boarding the ship.
Okie dokie.
And I yell back to just for the hell of it, if there's anything you can do to help here, it's appreciated. And I hit the engine room running.
Do you want to rotate
the bridge running?
Do you want to rotate the ship to put the engines toward the door?
If I touch Roger's controls, then whatever's out there, I might as well let get me anyway, right? I'm going to put up, what our shields or anything that can prevent boarding the ship.
How long will it take to get back to the ship?
Depends who else is going with you.
And the whole time I'm talking to my comm to Himini that there was only one, but there's a whole group of them. They got cutting tools. They're trying to get in. I'm going to do the best I can to shield the ship.
Right, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to call this. I'm going to say to John Smith, time to prove your worth and tell him to come with me. I'm going to start jogging back. Anyone? We need to leave leave the majority of people here, I think, and just take me and I think Linda. Do you want? No, not Linda. Not Linda.
I would go running back to the ship for sure.
Yeah, Deckard, Smith, and Himini, and the rest can stay here.
You see Roger kind of vacillate back and forth between I've got to go protect my ship and no, I have to stay here and protect the sheriff. And finally, he just sits back down with a kind of a worried look on his face.
Why doesn't he go to the ship? You're the pilot.
Yeah, well,
yes,
we don't want to thin the group too much, do we?
Well, more than that, I already given my word that I was going to stay and help the sheriff.
One question is how they know which docking bay to go to, or that we even had a docking bay.
And this may or may not be related in any way, shape, or form to anything to do with Lilith. It's only been an hour after all.
Sure.
So,
I mean, come on.
Might be just a bunch of pirate types saw you guys leave the ship and didn't realize I stayed behind.
This is a ploy to split us up.
So who is hang on, what happened? Why is that?
And what could go wrong when you split the party?
Well, we're only splitting it a little bit. There's still four of you guarding Lilith.
There's this problem in the ship that I haven't really discussed with you guys because, well, you know, who wants to get you all alarmed that the ship might blow up the next time we go into...
The ship might blow up the next time we all go into combat, and I don't want to worry about it. Like it. Okay, that explains what was going on there, was hence my confusion. So, who is going back to the ship with Himini?
Deckard and John Smith, I guess, were already there. At least we were.
Does anyone else wish to go?
I'll stick with the Marshal. Linda will stick with Marshal.
I will point out this is directly responsible due to someone playing cards, if anyone else wants to go. Okay. So...
Okay, I'll go. Linda will go.
You don't have to. If you want to stay there, don't worry.
No, that's fine. I don't mind.
Oh, so this is totally unrelated to the... so when you said this is unrelated to thingy, it actually literally is unrelated.
And you can move me onto the bridge of the
Did we
ship,
see this card get played, or was it just an invisible card?
No, it was played in the chat, I think. I don't know. Could everybody read it? I think everybody could read it. Yeah.
Which card was it?
That's what we got, the extra cards.
Ah.
Remember me asking, what did you do to us, Linda? This is what
right, where you did it and it said that we're going to get some now.
Oh, right, okay, so we better all get back to the ship then, really, isn't it? This is strong. Yeah.
I mean, I understand, but also, I mean, I would think, my character would think, John would think.
I know. It was me being a bit of sort of bit of metagaminess there, as it were.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Savage Worlds is all about metagaming, isn't it? So that's okay.
Exactly. Hence the fact I'm desperately sorting out the map right now because I wasn't expecting.
So, I mean, if we could justify it by it's far too soon for her to have mustered her forces, I guess we can all go.
It'd be more fun if we were all there.
Well, I was thinking that myself, if I'm honest. But anyway,
I do think leaving her behind on her own is a bad idea.
Maybe we bring her.
Don't let Morgana hear you say that.
We bring her along with Lilith.
No. Oh, no. Lilith is not getting anywhere near my ship.
Ships are not vulnerable to psionics, are they?
I don't care.
The scientist in Linda looks at him skeptically.
Damn it! That should not have been a token, should it? Damn, that was a mistake. How do I get around that? I do that, which lets me delete it as a token. Hopefully, no, I have to do. Which lets me delete it as a token. Then I go back to the layers area, and I can drag the token to there, and now I can stamp it on. There we go. I'm happy with that. How that's turned out. Not bad for a 30-second map application there. And I think you guys are over there. So, yeah, share the map. Who's going back to the ship is all I'm asking, really, I suppose.
Yeah, Linda's there.
Well, it sounds like all of us are at this point.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I mean, I could be being really evil and double bluffing and deliberately trying to make you all go back to the ship.
I'm sure that's at least part of what this is, yes. But no, Roger will go ahead and go and protect his ship.
Besides, he knows Morgana's alone on the bridge. Do you think that's got him even less paranoid than anything Lilith might do?
That's very true. But it's not on the combat tracker. So I'm missing people. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who am I missing? I've got Linda. I'm missing
Jinx. Jinx, do you want to stay at the jail or do you want to join us at the ship to defend against unknown assailants?
Unknown assailants had already blew one guy's head off.
Yeah, that's a good point. Unknown murderers. Homicidal maniacs.
It's probably a distraction, isn't it?
Clearly not friendly.
It could be unrelated to the pirate. That's what it's maybe too quick to be related to the pirate situation. and it's likely to be more fun than sitting at the jail for now.
Well, they're using cutting torches to get into the docking.
You're cool. Sorry, I've just realised I pressed the wrong button there. The Martian will seal herself in the jail, she says, if you'll feel it is related and therefore needs investigating. She can lock herself in and call if there's any problems. She says, basically one-handedly reloading her, one-handedly loading a scattergun.
Okay.
All right.
Problem solved.
That sounds good. Linda asked her if she can protect herself against psionics, though. What's the deal with this being by herself and attacked by psionics?
She puts on a tinfoil hat.
Okay.
That work.
Okay. So, basically, what I'm trying to say there is obviously, I'm just going to. You're obviously at the end of a corridor, which is all good.
Okay.
Which is why you're just ahead of you is a door.
We're all there. Excellent.
The second you open it, I was going to say, basically initiate combat. So you open the door. What you can see on the far side are three guys with cutting tools trying to cut open the door to the Reckless. Okay, that's how it starts off. And I need to just finish. That. So that's basically Himini comes charging ahead and opens the door, and you can see opposite across on the loading bay. You can see that there's three people with cutting torches attempting to force their way into the loading bay where your ship is. And the doc gets to go first.
Oh, should we get Marshal Katie off the combat tracker so it doesn't cause that a...
She's on hold. We'll see what happens. That's deliberate. Let me move you guys down. You're meant to be all together. I just had you spaced out when I was trying to sort you out, so it shouldn't affect any. So you're all there. Where's the dog? The dog's.
I was just looking for myself. I can't do nothing.
There you go, Doc.
So I shoulder Dick out of the way. Do we need? I need to open that door, don't I?
Himini open the door.
Okay.
Click on your token. You should see here.
Yeah.
Right.
You step to there, and that's when you notice there seems to be quite a few individuals around the place.
Fuck. Gives me 9 more inches.
In the porn movies.
Dirty mind, sir.
All right. Can I hit? This guy over here?
When you say can you hit, do you mean
number 6?
I'm assuming by hits you mean with a ranged attack rather than a melee attack.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see him. Yes.
I was gonna say, Morgana, Roger, if you want to let me go, hold till after. Oh no, wait, where am I?
I have.
Oh, never mind.
He's well within
knowledge rolls from everybody, including Morgana, who I hope you can see where you are on the ship. You are back on the ship at the moment.
Yeah, I know where I am.
I'm sorry, what kind of roll?
Just a common knowledge roll. I'll let the doc finish his shooting first before he has to make his common knowledge roll. That's all fine. Don't worry if you don't make it. As long as one of you does. Morgana's made it. That's okay, and you're all on comm, so you can communicate. Maybe Morgana's the only one. It's part of a fitting. Morgana's the only one who probably notices because she's got she's on the ship and therefore she can zoom in. Where the rest of you are just taking a glance in the sudden blur of combat. Morgana, you realise you recognise the person that murdered the technician. From that you saw from a flash you saw coming by a while back. Head Winters, but proper name Theodore Winters. stone cold killer.
It's Bill and Ted, right?
You saw it. If you remember, there was a flash came up. Did you remember when you were doing a search for criminals? His name came up.
Okay, then I'll relay that information to Himini. That this is that gang that I think they all have bounties on them too. So we're gonna make lots of money here.
Oh, they're gonna try and nick our ship.
Not with me on board.
Yes, in fact, actually, yes. Once Morgana mentions that, you do recall that Winters has a 5,000 credit bounty on his head, dead or alive, and his cronies have a 500 credit on their heads, dead or alive.
Oh.
So there we go. So the doc bursts into the room, sneaks through the energy pylons at the back there, and just pops a guy before he can react. Morgana, you're up.
Okay, I'm on the bridge. If I engage the AI, do we have protectors that prevent people from boarding the ship?
Not as such, really, no. But
then I'm just gonna lock down the doors so that if
exactly,
think it is impossible is blah, blah, blah. And since the bay doors are closed, there's not anything else I can really do from the bridge. But
no, it's just I just figured because basically the idea I was thinking is because the ship's on the ground and powered into Widowmaker's feeds and all that, you can potentially sort of by what I was thinking was by watching the camera security cams, you could potentially give support roles to party members and stuff.
That's what I'm going to do throughout the game. But like I said, I'm going to lock down, any entrance on the ship, to make it as secure as possible.
No problem at all. Roger, you're up.
Roger is going to step forward and kind of step to the side so he's not in front of anybody. Oi! Get away from my ship!
I think that'll work.
I'm counting a dozen from up here, guys.
Dozen less one.
2, 3.
That's a hit with a race from your M21 in a 3-round burst. He basically opens fire on one of the guys with the cutters on the bagels. Okay. I think
nice shooting, Roger.
I think with that level of it, I'm going to say with that level of damage, it's got to be spectacular, hasn't it? Really. You hit basically your gunfire hits the guy, and as he drops his the cutter onto the liquid oxygen supplies, the resulting explosion does 13 points of damage to the guy next to him.
Excellent. That's 2 down, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
The one's bothering the door, so Morgana's going to sit back and sip her tea.
How long did it take us to get here? Just out of curiosity. Is it like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes. Great.
Yeah. Himini strides purposefully into the room, it would appear.
Yeah, a bit stupid really, but then, I don't care.
Well, there's a dozen in there, and they're pretty well scattered, Himini.
Yeah, I was going to take out the ones at the door, but somebody already did that. The rest don't have walls behind them.
There's still one by the door.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an expensive spell for one character.
Okay, I'll hit that geezer.
Okay, so yeah, basically, so far I haven't had to worry about cover because you guys are all heavily maneuvering, so they don't get to apply cover, so which is absolutely fine. Down he goes. Okay, one of the Winter's gang is up. If I can find. Oh, he's there. So he basically staying in cover and basically shoots Himini in the back. Missing.
Saw that.
This one does the same. Not critically failing. Okay, Ted Winters basically strives forwards, ducking into cover over here, and shoots you, Himini.
Ooh.
What? What?
Yeah, hit my shield.
That's more like it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, you're the one who pointed out bennies shouldn't be used on NPCs to soak damage to make fights longer.
Yeah, I know. I like using up the GM's bennies. Yeah.
Jinx, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, he got me, but then I used my shield and blocks it. Yeah.
Indeed.
Is there any way to get the map from not jump?
Yeah, go to settings. Go to
Yes.
settings and turn it off. It's right in the top row. Turn auto center map off.
Yeah, turn off auto center map. It's very annoying, and it annoys me that it's turned on for players because it shouldn't be, because it does give away hidden NPCs sometimes if that's turned on. And as a GM, I can't turn it off for you globally. So yep, you step to there. Sorry, I just all by mistake.
Yeah.
In the general settings?
Yeah, settings right at the top. Yeah. In the per user options, yeah.
Yeah. If it's the very last option.
Oh, I
turn
see.
auto center map. Just set it to off.
Got it.
Because on big maps like this, it's annoying.
Yeah, especially when you have a limited screen, you keep setting up your map the best you can, and then it jumps out of position.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I know.
Yeah.
But then you played the card that made me have to set up this map on the fly, so
I don't know that. That's meta information.
So you should turn on the auto center on just to annoy you.
No, but if you turn auto center on, it breaks the little crowns on the head.
Thank you, Jinx.
So. Ooh, sonic deflection kicks in. And then he backs away. That brings us to Linda.
Okay. Linda's going to walk forward her allotted space or movement. I can't quite read.
4 whole inches because you're encumbered.
Okay. I'm encumbered.
What are you carrying that's encumbering you?
And then she's gonna use a little bit of havoc, powered with strong, as well as range, so that she can do it where she wants to do it. And she's gonna blast these two with a medium template. So I think it just needs to touch them, right? Does that get two of them?
Okay. Both of them.
And then, so that's an expense of.
Yes, I should use hexagons, shouldn't I? And then turn off lock to grid to get circles around the tokens rather than squares.
Yeah.
But I don't believe hexagons necessarily completely work well with gang up bonus still.
They work better as long as you unlock snap to grid, I think.
To grid, yeah.
Eesh.
You failed to cast havoc.
Let's try again. Maybe I'll succeed this time. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Is that good?
I think so. I think also I'm going to be evil. Hey, might not have any real effect. Roll 2d6.
2d6. Okay. Oh, well, I got 1d6. What happened to the other d6? Shit. Here's my D6. It disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay. The other one must have been rolling forever and never then. Oh.
6 centimeters. 6 inches, rather. Okay, so there's the center.
The other D6. Oh, it told you what the roll was. So the other die was somewhere. I didn't realize we'd see it. Okay.
Yeah, it bounced off the table and rolled around for a little bit. It took you a second to find it.
Okay. So what happened? What's the D6 for?
It's how far they get blown. But that's okay.
Oh, right.
Because of where the center is. No, I was going to have some fun, but because of where you've positioned it, it doesn't really matter. I was going to have those crates get blown away as well, but unfortunately it doesn't hit anyone, so it doesn't really matter. However, you do smack this outlaw into the wall here. So he takes 3 points of damage, which won't do anything to him. And this guy will get smacked. Actually, he'll clear that and get across, but he will hit it on the way across because I'm feeling generous in that regard. So he gets blown to there.
Okay.
His legs clipping it as he goes. Okay, Winter Outlook. Okay, let's see what we can do now. I'm going to go to there. Didn't accept the move, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to shoot Linda.
Huh? What?
Why'd you shoot Linda for, man? Poor Linda.
Linda basically steps out into the open, throws the havoc out, feeling rather good, and then suddenly feels the sharp pain, the sudden gunfire, and potentially sharp pain as a bullet may crease her unless she wishes to soak it.
No soak.
No soak. You're going to take the damage.
I'm going to take the damage, and it hurts. She's never been. I don't think she's ever been shot before, so she's gonna slump to the floor in shock against this wall.
Okie dokie. I am going to award a Benny for some role playing and being shot there. I like it. Okay. Okay. Winter's Gang Outland number 12. He's going to come up. He's going to have to run to get there. Let's have him run, shall we?
And now Linda's going to admit that she was confused and thought she still had the card from the bar fight.
Oh well, even better. Okay, a chunk of the docking bay explodes just above your head. Bearing in mind, don't forget this fight's taking place on a relatively run-down, poorly maintained space station on an asteroid, and these guys are firing heavy caliber ammunition. They're not firing flechettes.
They're going to have to kill them.
Yeah, these dumb fuckers.
It also should possibly also be pointed out that no, probably you aren't as well though, but they aren't wearing spacesuits. This one here is going to dive for cover, all pretense of trying to unlock the door, forgotten, and fire at Himini. Could have been bad on a critical fail. That could have had some very interesting consequences. Deckard, you're up.
Excuse me. My goodness.
Deckard comes punching out of the corridor at high speed.
Oh, and oh well.
All right, sorry. And then
I am evil Homer.
He is going to get savage and pick up channeling for the duration of this encounter.
Is that the one that lets you?
It's if I get a raise, it costs 1 power point.
Yeah.
That's nice. Can we trade cards among players?
Adventure cards, yes.
Adventure
cards,
cards.
no. Yeah.
And how would we do that if we can't see each other's cards? Just whisper to each other and ask, or?
Well, basically, the way you have to do it was pretty much the way you do it in real life. Is if you think you've got a card that someone else would find useful, you literally just basically give them the card by dropping it on their portrait. They will either give, and they in return will give you a card back. It's up to them what card they give you. It's the easiest way to do it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't cost one; it reduces the cost to one. I thought that sounded too good. It's one less PowerPoint if you get a raise.
Oh, it's one fewer, not cost of one. That's a lot different.
Yeah. Yes.
It does Deckard is going to upcast this for 8.
Okay.
With not only is it the enhanced burst, but it's going to count as a heavy weapon, and it's going to cause lingering damage.
Okay, so if you get the raise, it costs you only 7, not 8. That's
no. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it went all the way down to 1. My bad. So
No. It costs 1 less. The point being is, if you just stand there, if you've got channeling and you throw bolt all day with no modifiers, every time you get a raise, it doesn't cost you anything.
Gotcha. Well, then I'm not going to do that, but I will upcast it for the fatigue, so it'll be 5 if I get a raise.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you another option if you want. If you want to change the change the edge you take, you could always choose to take power points and give yourself just an extra 5 power points or something, for example.
Sure, I'll do that. That's fine, and I'll still cast it with fatigue. But that's I'll do that instead.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
I misread it wrong.
That's okay.
You can have any edge you want. Banshee Screams. That's a good one.
Yeah, but I looked at that and I'm not a guardian, and
it doesn't matter
regardless of requirements.
Any edge in the game.
Legendary. Well, then I would. Okay, yeah, no, then I was looking. Okay, so that's what I thought, but I didn't want to break the game. But okay, fine.
Break the game. That's what adventure cards are designed for.
Yeah, they are designed to break the rules.
They have broken so many games and game plans of mine when a player plays an adventure card on your cunning plot that you had worked out.
Speaking of breaking the game,
I was looking at that Banshee Screams one.
Okay.
And so I let
then you suspended power points. You let out an ear-piercing shriek that mimics Banshee's howling winds. If you spend a Benny and make an athletics roll to issue a terrifying scream in the shape of a cone template, those within must make a vigor roll at -2 or be stunned and have hard of hearing major hindrance for the next hour. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's what I saw. So, okay, so I have to make an athletics roll.
And spend a Benny, don't forget.
Linda wants to make a public service announcement.
Okay, do it.
If anybody feels like they need another card, let Linda know.
But I don't think I can, and I won the test. So there's the Benny. So I had to to spend one to re-roll, but I also had to spend one to do it.
Exactly. Okay, vigor roll at -2 for both of them. So here's Ted Winter's vigor roll. I'm afraid he's successful. But what about his friend? Oh, damn it! Really?
You made it.
That's really unfair. You know what? I feel so sorry for you. It was such a cool idea. Visually, I loved it, but it failed miserably, and I feel really sorry.
But I still have it, so that that's every time. But I can still make my attack, though, right? That it doesn't say as an action on there, or am I misreading it? I'm asking the DM.
I think the using of that edge is an action, isn't it?
Yeah, but it stays around. You can use it every turn.
This is where it gets interesting.
If you read the
text,
at the end of the day, it doesn't say as an action.
It doesn't say
it's a power.
It's an action.
Activating a power is an action.
But it doesn't say that.
It's an edge.
It's an edge.
At the end of the day, it's not a power. It's an edge. you let out an earpiece. It costs you a Benny, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and it costs you a Benny to do it, right? So that was my thinking was,
yeah,
if
I
it
agree.
costs a Benny, then maybe it's not an action, right? Because it's,
as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't say. I mean, obviously it's an older rule set. It doesn't say it's a limited free action. My money is now it would say as a limited free action you can do this, which means you can do it for free once per turn, and it still costs you a penny. So as far as I'm concerned, until I see a ruling otherwise, that is a limited free action.
That's what I was thinking too. I know I can't just keep barfing out bennies to do it, but per turn. But I thought it was free, right? So,
as far as I'm ruling that, because obviously it didn't exist back then. But using the Savage Pathfinder and Fantasy and Holler, it's in Holler as well because they're new setting rules, aren't they? That is that edge is a limited free action from this point on.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit 1 then.
Yep. Roll that damage.
If we can we give somebody an adventure card, or do you always have to trade adventure cards?
You trade adventure cards.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He goes down. Ted's ears are still a bit ringing and he's shaking.
Thank you.
Now that
Sorry,
he's done,
I wasn't trying to cheat. I thought I read that shit and it said that oh, do I get a Benny for blowing your stream there? Or no? Okay, so
other people have said bad words. My understanding of it, one, I've not marked it as child friendly anyway, and two, my understanding is also apparently it's the first 5 minutes you can't do it.
I just played an adventure card for everybody.
You shouldn't. That's like giving him a license,
Oh no, I still frown if people do it because you know what I mean.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so sorry. I mean, and I wasn't trying to like snatch something.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That it didn't say action or
I'm
anything.
I'm going to see if anyone's written a swear jar extension for FantasyGrounds and start using it.
Welcome.
I got to figure out that halt thing, and hopefully that doesn't break anything because I think they want me to have that on Thursday. I never.
What thing?
All player characters and allies with arcane backgrounds gain, so everyone gets 2d6 arcane points back.
Oh.
No, what do they want you to use on Thursday?
That works great.
Do you know those safety tool dealios?
Oh yes, I know the one. Yes, I've never actually used it. I know the one you mean. It's meant to work with any rule set.
I haven't used it either. I don't use it either, but
it works with Savage rolls already.
It does. Okay, so do those dice ace or no?
I doubt it.
They don't. They don't ace.
Okay, so that would be 10, not 12, because it would have been a 6 that barfed out the.
Yes, yeah. Because trait rolls ace, dice rolls can't. If that makes sense. Trait rolls and damage rolls can ace, dice rolls can't. If that makes sense.
Fair enough. No, I figured it wouldn't, and I know that usually it says something like this can't ace.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot Deckard.
What did I do?
And miss because of that deflection. And John Smith. John Smith goes, I'm the most intimidating of the entire reckless crew, and goes charging out into the middle there, brandishing his heavy revolver. He goes, and opens fire at Ted Winters. And misses.
Sure. So if you're running round 25th, you got to have that safety tool thing.
Apparently,
I think they want you to. I don't think you have to. In fact, like I know 4 of the 5 people that are playing with me, on my table, so I'm not really worried about it. But I just figured I'd do it because it's some of those some of these things they like it. So,
yeah, it's just a way of formalizing being polite in the game.
Yes.
No.
Obviously, that's not news here today.
Pardon?
No, I'm joking. I said, obviously that's not in use today, but I'm just joking.
I know. I mean, I know back in the UK a fair years back, someone was running a Tales from the Loop game, and the idea of the Tales from the Loop, you are playing children, and he basically decided that the children would be player characters would be abducted by pedophiles, and obviously that. Yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
Exactly.
So he wanted to redo it. That's it.
So basically,
I mean, yeah, and it's like
so that's when obviously people complained he got kicked out, and at the expo now they do, because of that sort of thing. They do sort of stress that it's suggested you use them, and they say that's face-to-face games in the UK, which is, it's like there's some things that you just don't do. I'm sorry, but anyway, back to the game.
No, I know it's just it is by the by for sure. I didn't mean to derail it. I just was asking.
No. I understand completely. It's just the world we live in. Docks up.
Too right. Can I hit number 12? Or is he too far around the corner?
Did someone do a test on Ted?
Someone do a test on Ted?
No, what ended up happening was I had him targeted when I rolled that athletics roll. It probably didn't get deleted.
Okay.
Yeah. Line of sight says you're okay.
Excellent. Okay.
But don't forget, moving is a free action, so it is perfectly reasonable to step out, shoot someone, and step back, which is why they put the idea of going on holding and interrupting people, because in a gunfight, people, as a rule, shouldn't step out in the open, so you have to wait and shoot someone as they step out to shoot you. But you've got line of sight.
So I'll go to there.
Yeah, you can step out, pop him, and then step back in. I have to remember to do that once. I did it as a fight once where everyone stayed in cover. It was very interesting, and the party started working out how to get round behind them and stuff. It was very interesting. It was in Suez.
Holy shit!
Oh, hit with Aries.
Okay.
Roll that damage.
Himiny, if you need an action card, you should have let Linda know. She's good at generating action cards.
That is unacceptable.
I do love the way the dice can be so fiddly and leave you. Right, you're going to hit 25 over the number you need. Then I'm going to roll once for damage. Okay, you shake him.
All right.
Okay. Ted is... you duck back into cover. Very sensible. Okay, Ted's up. His ears are slightly ringing still, but other than that, he seems to be really well off. He doesn't have any hand grenades, which is a good thing, because if he used one in here, it would be very, very bad. Instead, he is going to multi-action.
I would like to interrupt.
Oh, you would like to interrupt?
There, I have interrupted.
Oh, you don't. I don't even get to roll. You instantly interrupt. I wonder if we can cheat that. Oh, no, I didn't need to do that. Right. You can close that window if you've just got a card appearing on your desk. Where is Roger?
Way down at the bottom.
Way down at the bottom. There you go. You now have a Joker.
Okay, so to start off with, Roger is going to step forward to this side of Deckard.
Yep.
I am going to multi-action.
Okay.
And shoot Outlaw 5 and Outlaw 7 with my 2 actions.
Okay. Okay, you hit Outlaw number 5. Incapacitating him. Down he goes with a loud... He goes down hard. And what about Outlaw number 7? You hit him as well.
Well played.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Because...
Oh, what? That's incredibly beardy. Well played, sir.
Before I do that, I'll take my last inch of movement from my last turn, and then I will play that, and I will start by stepping forward just a little bit more, and I will once again multi-action.
Okay. Mr. Show Off because I've got the. See, this is how adventure cards break the game, as it were. Not in a bad way, of course, but as a GM, I'm sitting here going, "I hate you all right now."
Just curious, Roger, how many actual adventure cards can you play?
Mr. GM, if you need more NPCs, just let Linda know.
Oh, you haven't, have you? Oh no, please no.
It didn't give me the raise damage on that, so 15 is what it should have been.
Okie dokie.
Did I play it? Should I play one of them? I have a choice.
Hang on. So you did 15. Oh, I tell you why. That looks like there was a. It seems to think you hit him once. Oh, that's because you used the Benny to re-roll. That's why. So that's why. Okay, so 15 points of damage. That means you shake and wound him. I will spend a Benny to soak that because he's a big bad. He does soak your first attack.
Okay, and then my second attack.
Nice.
Oh, I'm definitely bending that.
I have been known in the past. I did actually have a doctor. I did actually. I've lost it now, but I did have a doctored adventure deck. I went through and edited all the XML code, getting rid of all the cards I didn't want the players using.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, hang on! I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo that. 32 points of damage. Right. Okay. Well, I don't think that he's got bennies, so I will use them to try and keep him standing for a bit longer. But the best I'm going to get is that second shot's a doozy. It hits him. He staggers, but he doesn't go down.
You are not getting my ship, and then I will step back behind cover.
Okay, well, he is not automatically unshaken because you interrupted him. Therefore, I have to spend a Benny to unshake, perform his second action, which was basically he was going to shoot Deckard. He critically fails. Okay. Fine. I should roll for damage. Okay, that's absolutely fine. The bullet ricochets off the wall, and you see you all react in horror as you see the sort of the dome above you all has a nick in it where a scratch on it where the ricocheted bullet hits it but doesn't do anything else. Ted grunts in horror and basically dives. Yep. Over the counter. And that brings us to here. Okay. So he's basically going to step. This outlaw's going to step out. He's going to, as he's doing the stepping round, he's going to shoot John Smith. Missing. The deflection protecting John Smith. Someone put deflection on John Smith? I'm in shock.
I need meat shields.
Fair enough.
Especially since I have the feel. Especially since we still got whatever that thing in Lilith is to deal with.
Indeed. Okay, this guy comes round the corner, Doc, and shoots you, shaking you, and then he dives back. He dives back round the corner from your perspective. And this guy over here, he moves round to this side here, so he gets a good line of sight on Himini and fires. The bullet hits dead center, but some deflection field stops it going any further. Shook Deckard.
Can you?
Sorry, let me do that again because you should have got a free shaken roll. There we go. Deckard remains shaken.
If Linda does deflection, does it add more deflection, or is that does it do nothing?
You'd have to have better deflection.
Oh, okay, so it does nothing. Okay.
Or I didn't get a raise, so I only did ranged deflection. So
yeah, I'm not gonna spend power points trying to outdo your deflection.
But basically speaking, yes, they don't stack, but you get the best. So if someone already has deflection and you cast deflection, if your deflection's better than their deflection, your deflection replaces their deflection.
Got it. That makes sense. That sounds good.
Deckard sensibly dives for cover.
Now, can I take cover when I'm shaken? Can I take a knee or no?
Defend. You can't. Defending is an action, so you can't defend. But you can. You can. There's nothing stopping you diving behind cover as a move action because that's a free action.
Sure. So I flop behind there and maybe get cover +2 or something.
It depends on the angle. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll be lying down.
This guy's going to basically, I'll do the move, but he's literally going to step out, round and in while he shoots him, and he on the way past, missing. Himini, you're up.
Run down there.
Okay.
And is Winter's behind some kind of cover, is he?
Yeah, there's a desk there that he's hiding behind.
He is he died. He got shot badly, so he dived into cover. He suddenly felt less cocky about being exposed.
Oh, bollocks. There you go. I lobbed that and it went off into outer space.
Okie dokie. Well, that'd be fun. Okay. So you basically throw the 8-axe at Ted. He ducks down. The axe smashes into a console behind.
Kills them both in the explosion.
Sorry, I did that wrong. Let's try that again. I did it the wrong way round. And what I need to do is that, and I need to do that. Plunging the entire area into darkness.
At least you didn't pierce the hull of the asteroid.
Okay, so some of us still have goggles, I guess, so we can still see.
Linda does, doesn't she? This is interesting, actually, because the visibility range on the goggles isn't working. But anyway, I can live with that.
So
Linda's on the ship, so she's got light in there anyway, isn't she?
Yeah, my experience though on that stuff is that if it's not the ability, it won't take effect on the map. It will take effect with the roll.
All right, which of course doesn't matter then because it doesn't affect anything.
Like if you've got the global, you know what I mean, like the dim, like the -2 or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
John
Smith's very
the
confused.
Map and the effects don't tie together at all. No.
Yeah,
at all. Right. And they're two different things, right? There's the lighting on the map, what the players see, and then there's the, like, I tell them, like, when we're outside, like in dark sun, I've been putting it in there. I'm like, look, it's dim. You might be able to see it, but it's still dim, so your rolls are at a penalty unless you have the racial ability to, you know.
Okay. It's gone very dark out there, Boganda. You can't see anything.
What about the sensors on the ship? What are they picking up?
Basically, the sense you could hear everything, but obviously the cameras aren't infrared, and therefore when the lights all went out, it's all been plunged into darkness out there.
Okay, well, I'm going to yell to the guys that I can't see anything from in here. Last time I was looking and where the lights went out, there were still 6 of them on their feet. One was near Doc. One was kind of near the door. There's one hiding in the booth thingy, and one behind him.
See if you can get the lights back on.
Pardon?
See if you can get the lights back on. You're fixed it?
They're not ship lights. The ship lights are fine.
Well, do you have external spotlights on the ship?
Yeah, but the doors to the docking bay aren't open, so they wouldn't help.
So you can't interface into the...
I can give it a try. Can I try interfacing into the system and opening the docking bay? Blah, blah, blah.
Certainly give it a shot. Make a repair roll. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that means I'm going back to here. I'm going to have to go down to here. I'm going to do, let's just do that for now. And then if I go to there, that gives me that. And then I can come back to there. And I can go to that. And I can click on that, which I didn't mean to do because I keep doing the wrong thing. It's that I need to click on. So I can get rid of that one. I can mark that there. Then what I can do is do that. No. Oh, okay. It's much bigger than area than I thought. Let's try that. And then open the doors like so.
Brilliant. Literally.
Okay, well, that's my turn then.
There we go. So that's basically the ship. The ship's lights flood into the docking bay, and Jinx is up.
Okay. Most of the bay.
Meantime, I'm sipping my tea back here.
Most of the bay is still dark, though, right?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting because, of course, anything technically speaking, yes, if you got your night vision goggles on, which it shows you having at the moment, you technically can't see anything that's lit up because, of course, it'd be blinding light. See, which is where it gets really interesting. But anyway, I'll be nice. Yeah. Because when I click on you, I can see you've got night vision goggles on, so half the base green. So
and I'm not going to tell you guys, I just lost an entire screen here. One of my monitors blew or something.
Oh, no.
One monitor. This sucks. 32 inches of flat space. This is not working for me.
Well, that's not fun.
That's not fun at all. So technically speaking, from
is this
sort of
going to do anything? Is this going to affect me for whatever you're talking about?
Well, technically speaking, if you keep your night vision goggles on, anything in that area you can't see technically.
I'm wondering how to take my night. Oh, there they are. Okay. I think I took them off. There we go.
All right.
Wait.
Keep forgetting we all have night vision goggles.
So,
that would have given us a leg up.
As I move forward.
Yeah, that's true.
Not all of us have them, though.
Pull the magazine from my pistol.
I could have glowed. I could have attacked people with glow, though.
My turn.
People could have still acted.
My turn. I get to act.
I heard you. With your pistol. Yeah, ammo. Yep.
I act like I am firing over towards Ted and that one there. I am kicking off an enhanced blast with a little bit of armor piercing and glow.
Just a touch of armor piercing.
Just a touch of armor piercing. Yes. I'm not sure what happened there. I think we were both targeting at the same time. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a hit on out. Hit. I know it'll be a hit. That's a hit. So you hit them both.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
Nice. Oh.
Okay. When you say touch of armor piercing, how many points of armor piercing did you pay?
I paid for 2. It's calculated in it.
Oh, so it is. I didn't notice that. You basically don't get through Ted's armor, although you did obviously penetrate it, but you did shake the Winter Gang Outlaw.
Okay, and then like I said, I paid for glow, so I think both of them get hit with glow.
They will indeed.
Jinx is lighting them up.
It didn't give me a link, which is interesting.
And then,
oh, of course, there aren't any effects for blast. Okay, so because obviously I've spoilt myself. I've been playing too much Savage World, so I've put all the effects on all the powers, haven't I? Glow is stealth -1, isn't it? And they glow.
Stealth -2, but illumination negates 1 of illumination.
Yeah, I'll just put token. What I should do?
Try and Benny Ted's damage.
I'll just put a candle on them both. That's the easiest way to do it.
Try that. Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. Even worse. Never mind. All right.
I don't think that worked. Token light. You target the token, don't you? You pick the preset, then you hit add. There we go. Then you target them. You click the preset, and you click add. There you go. They're now lit up. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to play Desperate Times and use that last card Roger used where he got to go again.
I got Jinx. Let's do it properly. So you play Desperate Times. You go through the deck. That gives you seize the date. There you go. So you can.
All right, and then I will fire my pistol over at those guys, doing the same power again.
You got to play the card first. I'm giving you your card. You got to play it. You got to do it properly. That's okay. Only having a bit of fun. It's because it's possible to do it. I can drag the card out of the chat box, and then you can drag it back down and play it. You see, because that
was the wrong card.
Can I play a card?
He
for
wanted
it
Adrenaline Rush.
He wanted Adrenaline Rush. I apologise. Let's just play that one just for the sake of argument. Just get it out of the way. I apologise. I got the wrong card. Go on, just do it. I know what you're doing. Don't worry about it. I was trying to be clever.
Okay. So power.
We forgive you.
This time.
Hit.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby.
Whoa!
Nice.
Could have rolled this on the other guy, could I? No, I couldn't.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
It's less crap for us to focus on if you kill them.
Mac, Winters was, and who was the other one you targeted there? Oh, him. Because I must have missed the fact that you take them both out. Bang bang.
It's Linda Carmichael's turn to finish the boss off.
Yep, you give him the bofa.
Linda doesn't have a damage dealing unless there's a wall nearby.
I will step back into that hallway and take cover then.
Dodger?
Linda. Can Linda Can Linda move her 4, or because she's slumped against the wall, she has to get up?
I'll let you move your 4 because the slumping against the wall was some nice role playing, and I'll be nice and not penalise you for it.
Thank you. She'll move her 4, and she will.
You just slumped against the wall. You didn't go to the floor. You just like
exactly. Well, yeah.
I'm wounded.
Okay. She's gonna do a confusion, and she'll do it on the tough guy or on both if she can do that with a small template, which I'm not sure she can. I don't know if she can hit both with the... Is that hitting or is that not hitting? I don't know if that's hitting both.
Yeah, move it down 3 pixels, and I would say it is.
Yeah, I'd say it is to move it down a couple of pixels, yeah.
Okay, I think I moved it down. So she's going to do confusion. I think at the end of the day, it's going to... she's going to hinder them. No, she's not. That doesn't make any difference. She's just going to do... she'll do fatigue on them. So it'll cost 3 points. So fatigue with confusion. And here we go.
That's a successful casting of confusion. So Ted Winters is if he fails to smash, I forget. This is the old days. They get to make saving throws, don't they?
Today we are playing Deadlands Lost Colonies.
He fails and is confused.
Excellent.
However, his henchman is okay.
He's a little uppity.
His henchman is okay, but Ted Winters is confused and fatigued.
Excellent.
New round. Let's see what we get. The dog gets a joker.
I should say you should probably put out lights on those 2 bodies.
So yeah, give me a joker.
What, the ones you killed? Good point.
Wow,
yeah, I'll give you that. I like that point. I like that idea. How's that?
Nice. I might be able to hit him this time. We could turn the lights back on.
I think that's going to take a repair roll.
You have to pull the AirTags out of it first.
No. I mean, he had the. Linda had illuminated the bay.
Yes, but it would appear that for some reason you can't see the illumination. I'm not sure
Morgana did, I think.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, up here on the ship, having my tea. I'm helping where I can, guys. I don't like shooting, you know this.
Oh, the lights vanished. I didn't realise the light had vanished. No wonder, sorry. I wonder what happened to the light.
Who turned out the lights? Sounds like a Doctor Who episode.
And
who turned out the lights?
There you go. It's back. I must have deleted it by mistake.
All right. No worries. All right, I'll move there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody gets my Bob Dylan reference? All right. Fair enough.
It's been dark for years.
I thought it was Calm Down the Hulk reference. Okay. There we go.
That's a hit with a raise.
All right. Well, we'll see how it does me on the damage.
Dead meat.
That ought to be enough.
Yeah, down he goes.
Okay, Himini, show us what you got.
Oh, about time. Got to kill this guy now, haven't I? I'm going to go over this counter.
Break for the
bonus, the bounties for dead or alive, so we might as well be dead. It's easier to haul them in.
Don't forget your cards if you're going to use it for this.
I'm afraid I'm going to be evil and use a card to get the Ace of Clubs to go before Himini.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Ted a little confused though?
He is.
Why is he being uppity with the cards then?
Is he so confused he doesn't know that he's a losing battle?
Indeed.
Why is Ted shooting at Himini?
It's a fine line between confused and stupid, I know, but
Himini's about to finish him off, I do believe. Hey, can you approve my move, Kevin?
Certainly. Sorry, I hadn't noticed it. Himini is shaken. Which is annoying, because we're only unshake now. That's all I got. 4 shots and a Benny, and all I get is a shaken Himini.
Give him hell, Himini.
And an unshaken Himini now.
I spent 4 shots at Benny, and all I got was a shaken Himini.
She don't want it.
Hey, do you vault over that thing? That's very dramatic. I like that.
I need to see the athletics roll, of course, because when he critically fails, I will. Drat.
I've done a double backflip and landed with a pirouette.
Somersault landing.
I'm gonna have to even. I tell you what the problem is. I don't realise that Himini's got no bennies because the map always occludes his portrait, so I can't see his bennies. Okay, I'm going to award you a Benny for describing the athletic nature of your landing.
Now I'm going to do a multi-action and smash him.
Okay.
Oh, that looks good. Oh.
Okay. So
nice. Isn't that 2 raises?
It is.
Whatever. What the hell are you doing?
That's all right. Shaking's okay.
You shake him. And for your second attack, you miss.
This is the one I spend a Benny on. Oh, you motherfucker.
Language!
I didn't say anything. I said,
there it goes. Now the thing's getting
Someone
flagged.
hacked his system and made
Master
him.
Clark Kent.
Hacked his vocal cords. Somebody hacked his vocal cords.
Yeah, you better award Benny's all round for that. I've been hacked. I never ever fucking swear.
I have to be honest, it only just occurred to me, and I missed a trick when Linda was slumped against the wall. So, well, I'm trying to say it now, but you just have to pretend it's Linda's go because she wanted to get up. So it was like, you awake to find yourself in a dark room.
Dark. You are likely to be eaten by a grue.
Indeed. And if you've seen a certain Australians act, you're dead! You're dead! You're dead! Anyway, Jinx, you're up.
Does he surrender?
Echo.
Does he? You shout surrender.
Himini, did you take your turn? How come Ted Winters is still alive?
Because GM hacked the system.
Jinx, he doesn't appear to be. He doesn't appear to be in any way. Well, actually, at the moment he's avoiding him and he's slashing it. He's avoiding him and he's. Yes, in game terms he's shaken, but in realism terms, in almost simultaneous combat, what's happening right now is him and he's jived over and he's swinging his axe left, right, and centre, and Ted's desperately avoiding every blow. So he hasn't really got time to surrender, as it were. But it's up to you.
Ted is no longer confused.
No, he won't be because obviously confusion.
He needs to make a vigor check.
Because he took his turn? He's not confused?
That's correct.
Excellent.
But it did basically keep him. It did keep Himini alive. Don't forget, because the confusion kicked in on his multiple gunshots. Okay, how much damage? This is probably going to be unpleasant, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's not
with
enough
any
to put him
luck.
down. Okay, Ted suddenly cries out in pain and appears somehow constricted. His eyes slightly bulge and blood starts coming out his nose, but he still stands.
Good job, Himini.
It was the one-armed man.
Deckard is up. Yeah, don't forget, none of you've ever actually seen Jinx perform any supernatural abilities, because of course all his stuff has no visible trappings.
Shoot you guys on and such. Yep.
Exactly. Deckard, you're up. You recover from being shaken.
And I'm going to untarget.
Stay on target.
Nothing. It just impacted on the surface.
Like Beggars Canyon back home.
Deckard, no one will blame you if you accidentally forget to say there were following words when you describe what your power is selective.
Yeah. So,
some of them I'm target are hairy. These. Some of them are bald.
I'm going to untarget them.
Some of them are scary. And this is what they're called.
And make my
that will affect Hibity as well, the Banshee Scream, I'm afraid to say, because you can't be selective on that edge.
No, I know.
Okay, Vigor roll -2 or be stunned. So that's a Vigor roll -2 from Himini, and we'll do the NPCs. Okay, Ted is stunned.
Himini is not stunned.
Himini is not stunned.
What about the shaken one?
I forgot to do his vigor roll first, but there we go. I applied the stunned before I rolled, which is fine. So he is stunned.
So then for my action, it's going to be another enhanced burst. Obviously, I have to pay for selective, so that would be 5, right? Instead of 4?
Or yes. I mean, have to is an interesting term, by the way.
Well, no, I'm not going to hit my buddy. I mean, there's nothing I can do about the scream, but...
Yeah, go for it. It's interesting how many people don't like the selective and think it needs to be more expensive and all that. And it's like, it's just one of those things. I quite like the fact, one PowerPoint to make something selective is enough to be annoying when players have to use it. I think that one PowerPoint does make it enough to be annoying.
Yeah, every PowerPoint is worth something.
Exactly. I don't have a problem with it. I think selective is very sensible and very useful.
2 wins.
Okay,
Jalsa sure uses it a lot.
Well, and I mean, the one that I think is OP is the one where you can change your trappings.
For a PowerPoint, yeah.
Yeah, well, and especially like in some settings where it's like, like for Dark Sun, for instance, where it's
you can't do it in. You can't do that in normal Savage Worlds. Only in Pathfinder, isn't it?
That's only in Pathfinder. It's an edge, isn't it? It's an edge in normal Savage Worlds to be able to do it.
It's an edge in my Dark Sun thing too, because you just can't.
Exactly, that's perfectly reasonable.
Well, what edge is it?
I think isn't it part of the Wizard Edge?
I call it, I mean, I just call it adaptable caster or whatever it is. I made it. So like I just call it whatever. I can't remember what
adaptable caster. I think was the name because it was an edge.
Wizard, 1 extra power point to change a trapping.
Yeah.
They had it back in the 90s.
I just call it that's what I call it. But anyway.
Yeah. I do believe at this point with Ted going down, it's John Smith's go actually. So actually that it's fairly a mute point. John Smith's goes right, whatever, and charges forwards, firing as he goes, and hits, and shakes the guy.
God love that dingleberry.
Morgana, you're up. Obviously we have the shit.
My herbal tea. I only see one left on their feet, guys. Well, good job.
And Roger's up.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm only seeing one guy. Roger is probably going to have to run to get past some of these crates and what have you.
Nice job, Deckard. Didn't
Okay,
realize
Roger's going to dart out to there.
Oh, you shot back a bit there. I'm not sure what happened there.
No, he's gone to where he said he was on the map on my end.
Oh no! On my map, he was down there when I accepted the move.
It does that sometimes, doesn't it?
2 wounds. Okay, well that's the end of the Winter's Out gang.
Well, guys, be sure to pile up their bodies. They're like worth what, 50 each and 5,000, or 500 each and 5,000. So that'd be 5,500 plus 5,000. That's over 10,000 credits and bounties, dudes.
Yeah,
can I still play the
I'll
reinforcements?
collect the corpses while I'm collecting my attacks.
Can I still play the reinforcements card? That's a lot more bounties.
No, reinforcements are on our side. It wouldn't be bounties. It'd be just people trying to claim bounty from us.
Yeah.
Oh, then I should definitely play it because we get a card for it and we get reinforcements. That's great.
No, don't do
You
that.
don't need reinforcements. They'll want the bounties.
Combat's over.
Oh, well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, it says play during combat. Okay.
I did technically say combat was over, didn't I? I'll have to give him the card back. I did technically say combat was over.
That would have been a good one to do it for, because then we would have at least got bounties for our work.
Well, assuming that the people that came to reinforce them would have bounties on them.
Okay.
It could be that we killed the entire gang.
What would have happened? What would have happened there? What would have happened there on that one? Because it's up to the GM, the type and exact type and number. So what would happen there would be another group of people who would basically not be bad guys and would technically be offering to help you. Would basically be trying to take the bodies for their own bounty, and therefore. And they'd just be miners on this station, just opportunists. So therefore, if you start killing him, it gets ethically.
No, that's a totally different card. That's the angry mob card, which I also have. A greedy mob, the greedy mob card.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, sorry. Yes, strong reinforcements arrive for the opposite. Save that one for when Lilith's friends turn up.
Yeah, that's when we want that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
right, we pile the corpses up. Get Morgana to call in the bounty so they get collected, and we'll all head back to Lilith.
Well,
sounds like a plan.
Yeah, okay. Right. So it doesn't take long for it doesn't take long to get the lighting fixed.
Oh, brilliant! That's very good.
So basically, can I? Well, Hibbity, actually, you're nearby, but can I have notice checks from other people, please?
Notice checks. Linda notices that she's been shot.
Exactly.
Morgana's on the ship, so she's using.
Yeah, well, they're stacking corpses. I'm going to take a look at Linda, if you don't mind.
Why is Linda always at -1?
You took a trait that affects your notice. Probably clueless.
Well, her -1 is from wounds right now.
Oh,
Linda's always fatigued or wounded. I've noticed. Have you not noticed that? You normally always -1 because you normally critically fail one of your powers and have a headache all the time. But today you're just wounded instead.
I'm wounded. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Winters. Winters was wearing basically when you guys appeared. Winters pulled down a set of goggles, and also you notice that the gun he appears, although at first glance appears to be a Mark IV FOP, but in actual fact you now notice it's basically it appears to be some sort of experimental Hellstrom Industries design.
Okay,
and
let's go in the kitty then.
And seems to have basically there's the the writing on the side of the gun says Eris, EIRS, and it appears that for Himity, what you noticed was there was like inside the goggles when Ted was wearing them in the dark, you could see like there was a heads-up display built into the goggles with targeting reticules and everything.
Ah.
Not that you know what they were, because obviously being, you know what I mean. As
I know what I probably know what they are. I'm just not very good at using them. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But that can go in the kitty. We'll have to search for any other interesting.
Basically, the goggles are part of the Eris AI targeting assisted system.
I'm going to get Linda on board the ship into the.
Anyone who sort of looks through the goggles when you first put them on, it turns on and it says Eris AI targeted assisted AI assisted targeting. Basically, if you wear the goggles, if you use the Eris pistol and wear the goggles, you get a +2 on all shooting rolls.
Nice.
But it's only with the Eris pistol you get the +2, if that makes sense, because obviously they're two.
Well, I think Linda's going to follow Doc onto the ship.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, Linda's healing.
Okay.
Does anybody else need healing?
I'm just going to throw some rubbish away there.
If anybody else needs healing, I'll invite them on board too.
As far as only Linda needs healing at this point.
Okay.
I'll help clean up, but then I'm heading back to the marshal's place as fast as possible.
You have a med chip, don't you, Linda?
I have a what?
You have a med chip.
I think I do. Let me make sure. Yeah, I do. I have a med chip.
We have a med board on board the ship too, right?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
That looks good.
So it gave me the Joker bonus, which it should not, but the med board gives me a +2, so it shakes out to be the same.
So does anyone wish to claim the Eris targeting system? Basically, the Eris system includes a pair of goggles with a dedicated heads-up display that provides precise targeting information. The pistol is basically the targeting system. The pistol houses an AI system that communicates with the user via a standard comm earpiece.
What kind of ammo does it use?
It looks like a standard Mark IV FOP pistol. When the firer uses the goggles, Eris adds +2 to the user's shooting rolls. Eris also has advanced sensors and passes along this information to the user. When the comlink is active, the hero draws an additional card on the first round of any combat.
Oh.
In addition, any rounds fired by Eris count as magic weapons for the purpose of overcoming immunities and invulnerabilities.
Whoever does shooting the most should take the gun. Not all of us do shooting.
I mean,
I know Roger does a lot of shooting.
Yeah, I do a lot of shooting too, but that would be the two people. But Roger has no. Roger doesn't. Do you? You don't have occult powers, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. So go ahead and take it, Roger.
Okay.
I got my trusty. I got Betsy anyway. Betsy's always done right by me.
Once Linda's healed, is Linda healed up or? Oh wow.
Ooh.
That's what happens when Elstrom Industries designed a gun.
It looks like it says, instead of Eris, it looks like it says Briss on the side.
Oh no, it's Eris.
That's like
who's taking Eris?
Which would make me very worried about what it can do.
Roger is, I think. Is it Roger taking Eris?
Yeah, Roger's taking Eris.
Roger has got Eris.
So that's on the combat tab. We put Eris down as a weapon, and then with that we go.
Bird, I don't think anyone knew what Briss is. I heard you.
Well, I know, but I wasn't gonna like.
Yeah, we're being live streamed, guys.
All right, fair enough.
Have we healed Linda yet?
Yeah, can Linda thank the doc yet?
There you go.
Thank you. Thanks, Doc. She's going to head back either with the group or follow the group.
I'm going to stay with the ship until they come and collect these bodies and pay the bounty.
Yep, and we're going to go and see that Lilith girl
now. Well, basically, they'll have to be placed in storage, and when X4 turn up to pick up Lilith, that's when you can claim. That's when you'll get the bounty on these guys.
We've got cold storage on the ship, don't we?
We do. I should unlock tokens. So
that way I can make sure nobody comes and tries to sneak this bounty out from under us, too. I gotta have a bit of problem with the, a minor little problem with the...
Gotta stack them up.
Unless you really need my help. And besides, it's a good thing I was here, or we might not have a ship. And over 10,000 in credit and bounties.
Can you watch the video monitors remotely? Then you can join us. That'd be more fun. Do you have remote access to the ship?
Let me check.
And use all the help we can get, I'm sure.
Hey, if you could monitor the hallways too.
A palm quarter
would be really boss.
I could connect into the ship. Sensors, couldn't I? I have a palm quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly could.
So I'll set up my palm quarter so it will send an alert if there's anybody messes with the ship or the docking bay.
That sounds smart. That sounds awesome.
But you guys keep finding trouble, and frankly, I don't like getting shot at.
Yes, you do.
Well, I don't think anybody here likes it. So
I don't
Linda's
know.
just doing what the Linda just does what the cards tell her to do.
Right. And then there's this little thing with the fusion core that I need to get to, guys. I mean, it's not urgent, but it'd be nice to get it while we're landed.
Which you haven't even told us about, just to be clear.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, it's just a minor little thing, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, fusion what?
The fusion core.
Fusion what?
Can you give us a little more information?
Well, the fusion core has got a slight alignment problem, guys. It's no big deal. The ship flies, it'll be fine. We can get back to Banshee with no issues, but I just don't like it being in anything less than tip-top condition.
Can I have repair checks from anyone who has the repair skill? Or anyone who wants to try it unskilled, of course.
Try what unskilled?
Not you, by the way. Sorry.
Let me, I'm going to just take a wild chance on that one.
They all poking around my engine room.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No, no one has any idea what you're on about and doesn't understand or doesn't believe there's any implications or issues or anything wrong with your statement.
There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about here. It's all good. Nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
I just want to say that's not Linda's official attitude towards science.
Well, I'm explaining to you, it's kind of a routine maintenance thing, but since we're docked for a while, I thought it would be a good time to take care of it without this. But you guys keep going out finding trouble, apparently.
Well, there's more where that came from.
Kevin, can you end combat?
Oh, yes, certainly.
There's a bunch of shit on there that's tagging along. Like Roger's getting a -2 from running. I'm getting a +2 from the Joker bonus.
Yep. Okay. I've put the map of the hole back up, so that should be fine.
Can we... Oh, he's buggered off.
Well, John Smith leads the charges as the most dangerous man on the crew of the Reckless.
Well,
how exactly
at least
do you
direct me to the nearest bar so I can get a drink before we do anything else.
Just reset the cards.
We will be walking right past the busted thruster. So yes, you are welcome to stop in there and grab a quick one.
Well, which one
busted thruster?
Number 6.
I'm going to pop in there and get me a drink. I've got my comms on, so if you need me in a hurry, I'm closer.
Linda's going to join Morgana because Linda's still in shock from getting shot. So.
Yeah, I
Good.
feel like that a lot with them, Linda. Here, have an extra drink. One on me.
Excellent. Thank
okay,
you.
so that is Linda and Morgana. The busted thruster. There you go.
I wonder how the card works.
Wow, there's a lot of blood stains on the floor here. What the hell happened? Oh, wait, this was where you guys got in that big mess.
No idea. We have no idea what happened. Honest.
Oh, we're at the busted thruster. Nobody else is.
Yeah, I'm talking to Linda. I mean, I could monitor it over the comms, but I didn't figure I could be any help. And I had finally identified the damn problem. I've been working on it for weeks.
And what is it? Because Linda actually could understand this stuff.
Well, it's just that the fusion core is slightly out of alignment, and it's not it's not dangerous, but it's not optimal.
Okay, do we need to fix it then? What does it out of alignment mean, and how did it get out of alignment?
Well, these things shift out of alignment under usage and stress, and we've been doing a lot of flying under some strange conditions. If I remember, we had a couple of hard landings that could have done it.
Is that going to affect our navigation then?
No, it won't really affect anything, but I just don't like things being in tip-top shape.
Just like the timing belt?
Yeah, kind of like the timing belt.
Well, if you need an extra set of hands, I'm happy to help, Linda says.
An older model that relies on the timing belt.
Oh, no, I think I can handle it.
Okay. Thanks for the drink.
Yeah, I just don't like people mucking about in my engine room. Nothing personal, Linda.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind.
There you go. I've got some. I haven't finished the line of sight, but there's some more line of sight in case we need it, so people can hide in booths now. Right. Okay. So
after we have a drink, we'll head back to the jail and everybody.
While we're sitting here having a drink, I'll ask you what the big deal is at the jail, because I wasn't there for any of that, so I don't know who it is you guys.
I would have gone back to the jail immediately. I don't need the drink. But
yeah, I'm already.
I was just gonna. I just tell Morgana that Linda tells Morgana that there was a bunch of pirates, and the lead pirate is a nasty with nasty psionics, and the jet and was very threatening to the marshal. So we're gonna. And they have a big bounty on their heads, so we're going to help the marshal protect against a breakout for a couple days until the marshal can hand off this criminal to the authorities.
Well, this place does seem to be overrun with pirate types.
Yeah, we're on the fringes. It seems to be vulnerable, and the marshal lost all her deputies.
A wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Well,
I do get a distinct feeling someone was watching Outland before they wrote this. I just decided to make it.
That's the
Sean Connery on.
Yeah.
It does have that sort of vibe. That was a mining colony, wasn't it? Where basically
it's been so long since I've seen that. Yeah, and he has to go outside and fight them in zero G, in the spacesuit.
Indeed. Anyway, you get basically while you discuss this and working out your shifts and everything, you get a call from Marshal Winslow. It seems she's basically it would appear that Lilith's ship, the Reeve, is still docked on one of the settlement's landing pads, and she needs you to secure it.
Off we trot then.
Well, that sounds a bit more like my alley.
Any pirates on board, she says, are fair game. So obviously, any pirates on board are fair game in her opinion. Also, of course, they have a bounty on their head. Winslow provides you with the access codes to override any locks, either on the settlement or on the ship, as well as the ones to disable the ship's drive engines. She also asks if anyone needs any equipment from her equipment locker, where she has some body armor and pump shotguns if anyone needs them. In addition, there are in addition in there are also 2 stunners and 5 emergency vac suits.
I'm going to whisper to Betsy, I'm not going to replace you, don't worry. And then I'll look over the equipment that she offered up.
I'm going to make sure Morgana takes note of all of these access codes and what have you.
Indeed.
Yeah, I enter them all in my palm quarter, because my palm quarter I can connect into the system and use it.
Do you have any flechette guns in here?
Did Morgana and Linda join the group yet, or are we still at the tavern?
Oh no, I mean, it's over the comms, so it doesn't matter if you're still at the tavern. You can still just head down there if you want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Which landing pad is this ship on then?
I noted all the codes and stuff, so just let's head in that direction, Linda. We'll meet up.
It will be on that one there. It will be basically on that landing pad there. It's docked on one of the It's docked on one of the outside landing. Oh, sorry. I tell a lie. I've just seen the notes. It's on that landing pad there because it's docked on one of the outpost landing pads. An umbilical passage connects its airlock to the station. So basically, as you head out to go, take something out if anyone wants any equipment or anything. As you head out, Roger, you hear a voice in your ear.
Let's go kill some pirates.
And we should leave it there.
Roger's got a voice in his ears. In your ears, that Roger.
A husky, feminine voice said that. It says in a voice that only you can hear. Let's go kill some
pirates.
Let's go kill some pirates.
We could be getting.
I need to record that, Das.
We're getting this. I think the big baddie is distracting. Is leading us on a wild goose chase.
Have we spoken to the marshal actually? Before we go running off doing stuff, maybe we should.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, anyone who doesn't want to go running off, the marshal won't argue against it, and she's well aware of the possible threat from some of Widowmaker's less desirable element, which she more frequently calls the average citizen. But yeah.
But that's it for today, is it?
It is. That's our 5 o'clock deadline, I'm afraid. So that's why I thought it was a good time to leave it.
Hey, Dawes, can I ask you one question?
Of course you can.
Okay, so the cat name is the one that has to be the for the items. That's the one that has to be match the ones that he's got in the deal. You can set the group as anything you want, right?
Sorry, you lost me there.
He's talking about the cat name in the swell stuff. He's completely off topic.
The cat name.
Just to confuse you.
Yes, just to confuse me. Yeah, definitely confused me there.
So the cat name
Thanks for watching.
Has to match what the things he's got, like like hand weapons or mundane item or whatever. But